This week, we're walking you through all the announcements from the recent Nintendo Direct. Let's talk about all the big reveals, if it was a good Direct in general, and the state of leaks in gaming, all coming up on this week's HGO podcast. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the HGO podcast. I'm one of your hosts today, Ethan. Joining me, as always, are my good friends Kyle.
Hello.
And Hunter. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just swell.
Yeah, you can go away for a bit. Let's go back to Kyle. Look, he's back, everybody. He's back.
Yeah, up yours, Hunter.
Oh, but don't point at me. You were so close. Okay, right. Well, we need to reteach you the tricks. Okay, he's in the other corner, the other one. He's there. That's the box. He's in.
Sorry. I'll point at. I'll point next.
Yeah. Hunter towards the sword.
I'm out of practice.
It's easy to remember. Hunter's more likely to want that sword, so you point towards the sword when you're a hunter on top of your show.
True.
And there you go. And
you love doors.
It's true, because Kevin Miller's behind the door.
Kevin Miller, who's behind the
Sly
door.
Cooper behind the door, point towards the door. We're good. We're back, everybody.
So I was supposed to start my Audacity recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was gonna say I blooming hope so, because like the audio's been out of sync for a while, so please, for the love of everything, welcome back, ladies and
Sorry,
gentlemen.
man. It's been a few months. I need to make sure I'm doing it all correctly. You know.
No, it's all good. How are you doing? You doing all right? You having the time of your life at this key 3?
Oh yeah, man.
This Keeley season.
Just finished the faux E3.
Mm-hmm.
Had a time watching Jeff's show.
Yeah.
Xbox certainly was there.
Mm-hmm. It was an alright.
And I think PlayStation did a thing too.
Listen,
Nintendo sure did exist this week.
Yeah, like everyone just existed, which is like, fair enough. I mean, I think one of the big things that I'm sure we'll be talking about this. We're talking about the Nintendo Direct this week, guys. We fumbled the bag a little bit. We released a show about 3 shows, and now we've just got to clean up. We just got to do the spring cleaning on the Nintendo show. And I think one of the things, we'll talk about the Direct. I think one of the things we need to talk about is, once again, the question that we seem to have this discussion about every single time of, was it a good Direct? Because that's the only thing that people care about is, was it a good Direct?
Yes.
I think it was all right, to be honest. I think everyone's overreacting. Bit JRPG heavy, but that happens sometimes.
The surprise Square Enix Direct was very good.
Yeah. And then the second question is, we'll have to talk a little bit about leaks here, because it's like, I feel like a lot of the reason why a lot of people do feel a bit underwhelmed is because, my God, Nintendo has got a couple of leaks in the ship at the moment. The ship's basically gone, dude. It's like how, it's like Black Flag Hunter. That guy's gone, dude. He's gone. He's sinking.
Oh, yeah.
He's sinking. It's over. So we'll have a talk about all that. We're gonna go through the Nintendo Direct game by game, ladies and gentlemen. We got to fill it out, and we're gonna talk about all of it. Listen, I know why you're here. You're probably here for Xenoblade and Kingdom Hearts. And don't worry, we'll have plenty to say about Xenoblade and Kingdom Hearts. So lock in, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be a good time. Yeah, housekeeping, I guess, before we get started. Reviews are up on the website. I'm not very good at this. I'm sorry. I literally was just saying to Kyle and Hunter, I had a nap before this, and I never do that. And the brain fog is here. Like, my brain's like, you promised me sleep, and I'm like, only half asleep, Ethan. Only half asleep. Yeah, there's
Hunter's got a Coffee Talk 2 review up.
Thank you, Cal. Please.
Finally.
Yeah. Thank you. It's up. Go check it out.
After someone fumbled the bag.
Oh yeah, it was supposed to be up on Thursday. They don't know that. It went out when it should have. Hotgamesonly.com. There's a review of Coffee Talk Tokyo. You can go check that out if you want to, or on the website, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/hotgamesonly. I was gonna say there will be more reviews to come, but give us a bit to get through the process, because my goodness, I need to find time in my day to write. That's the hardest part of reviews, ladies and gentlemen, is the editing and stuff like that. Pretty easy. Writing, I have my thoughts. It's just finding the time in the day to write. I should have a Bond review up this week, but I'm not making any false promises, because how many times, Hunter, have I promised a review this year on a week, and it took 4 weeks for the one that was supposed to come out last to come out, actually.
Yeah.
So
That's about how it goes.
I'm working on it, dude. I'm working on it. Life's hard at the moment. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. I'm too busy watching terrible fucking conferences that Jeff Keighley puts on. But yeah, so there will be more reviews coming, and then obviously I assume, Kyle, is your article for this month come out yet?
No, not yet.
Cool. You've got that to look forward to on the website as well. Go check out last month's while you're at it. It's already up on the website, so go check it out. And then yeah, we're here every Monday. If you wanna, you can listen. It's pretty cool. We talk about the same like 3 topics every week, but it's fine. It's all cool. Do you like Xenoblade? Do you like Kingdom Hearts? Do you like everything else that you find in Nintendo Direct? Come on in. It's fine. We'll vibe. Let's just get straight into it. Let's not mess about, Kyle. Like where we started.
Hell yeah.
The big, remember guys, big E3 show. Nintendo hasn't done like a June showcase for a couple of years now because they skipped last year's. Like they did it early because of the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal.
Yeah,
they haven't done a
Switch
genuine
2 was
direct
in like April
at all before this
Since September?
this year either.
Yeah, it was September, wasn't it? The last big actual direct, the big meaty direct.
The one that wasn't a partner showcase or indie show or some other qualifier.
They're definitely like less frequent, and I think that is I don't want to say the issue because, like I said, I had a great time as a Xenoblade fan. I had a great time. Like I said, I love Xenoblade because Xenoblade is like the nichest Nintendo IP, yet it gets treated like royalty because Monolith gets forced to work on everything else, and it's like a thank you. Like, so I'm more than happy to be a part of this relationship. It works well for me.
And it's consistent. Like it's always showing up like every couple of years.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember if we said it specifically. I don't think we said it in our predictions episode, Hunter, because I thought it was too early. Actually, no, I did because we were talking about a Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade showing up at Jeff's show because I thought it'd be funny if he had to say Xenoblade again. But I remember specifically when I said that, I said to you that I think it's way too early for the next Xenoblade game. So the fact that it is already revealed and it is out next year, they've got this franchise on a bit of a like conveyor belt at the moment, which I'm not going to complain about. Like it's good and it's healthy, especially when we live in a era of video games taking 6, 7, 8, 9 years to make.
Boo.
Sorry, I can't help it.
You can be better.
Boo, you're old. Stop it.
No. I'm young, guys. Trust me. But yeah, it's like after games taking so long, I'm kind of surprised when a game takes 4 years to make. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. It's like how we now see the Rebirth trilogy as like a miracle as the dev cycles get shorter. How it was like 5 years for part 1, 4 for part 2, and 3 for part 3. And everyone's sitting there going, wow, it's a miracle. When it was like just a decade ago or like 12 years ago, it was normal for 3 years to be a normal dev cycle. It's just like, that's, you know.
Like you get all of the Final Fantasy VII trilogy in like the same amount of time that the gap between 15 and 16 was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But yeah. It's an interesting direct. I think it was a good direct. I also think it's interesting because I think why people are getting a bit worked up and why it feels a little bit disappointing is it felt like a direct where we'd already had a direct 3 months ago. It feels like the June direct when we would have had a spring one, but because we didn't have that spring one, I think people were putting way too many expectations on this. Where it's like people were like, and Mario Kart World will be there, and there'll be something else big for next year, and there'll be a big spring game, and there'll be this, and there'll be that, and in reality, it's just a normal 45-minute direct where you win some, you lose some. Sorry, Mario fans, you had 16 games in the last one.
You watched thumb wrestling.
Yeah. People sitting there going, where's the Mario game? I'm like, bro, you had 12 of them in the last direct. Like, calm down a little bit.
For real, though.
You can live without...
You just got Yoshi's Big Book. What else do you want?
I think my
Yoshi's big honking
primary
book. What else you need?
beef with this direct was I didn't like the way that it was like put together. Like, I
the
felt
pacing was awful. The pacing was diabolical.
Like on paper, the things that they showed, like it reads better as a list than it was to watch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. The first half was painful. As someone who even is looking forward to Rhythm Heaven, that first half was diabolical. Opening with a game that we've known about for 18 months and then going, oh, and here's some highlights and it's a bunch of stuff nobody cares about. Then having the middle where you announce within like 4 minutes 4 Xenoblade things coming to Switch 2 and then showing Switch Sports Resort where I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing this is the actual Switch Sports game that they probably should have released like 3 years ago. Sick. Good for them. But then going, hang on a minute, this is going a bit too well again. Let's make sure he does a live fucking thumb wrestling demonstration that takes 16 years.
Demo.
and he loses. So it was just waiting around for him to lose to a CPU.
Okay, so like
what?
that should have been moved to the beginning, and they should have cut out the stuff or they should have condensed the stuff that came after Rhythm Heaven, like Onimusha, which was shown 5 other times in the prior week, and all the other games that have already been other places that are just going to be on the Switch could have been a sizzle reel.
I think we need to start like shaming a little bit when it comes to like games that are just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like when we'll get to like you'll be stuff like RuneScape and stuff that was literally at every bloody show, and I'm like, bro, stop giving it to everybody. You know what I mean? Like there should be a rule. There should be a rule where there should be whispers in the air where Jeff Keighley's like, hey, has anybody else got RuneScape? And then everyone's like, yeah, and we're like, okay, drop it.
Like obviously don't like share trade secrets or anything, but when it comes to things that aren't yours, maybe make sure that you're not cross-pollinating so much, because plenty of people are going to watch all of these and they're going to want to swan dive the concrete after seeing RuneScape 7 times.
Yep.
I mean, the funny thing is, though, Hunter, is it's like there is no industry secrets, really. It's like, you know, I was listening to a conversation with Ben Starr, and it's like, it's very obvious. Everybody knows what everybody's working on. It's very clear that everybody knows, like, you know, if you're in the industry, it's not hard. If you're a leaker, you're basically just somebody who is just not very cool because you don't really keep secrets very well. Because everybody knows what each other's working on and where everything is. It's just everybody's cool enough to know, oh, let's save those reveals for the moments that matter. So people, you know, are working. If you're working on a project for 6 years, you at least deserve to have the game be revealed the way you want it to be revealed. And you get that big moment of hype, right? And then you just got some little gremlin who's like, actually, I think for clout, it'd be really funny if I tell them like a week beforehand. And just kind of take the wind out of their sails, right? So it's like, I'm sure that everybody involved in these presentations knew that RuneScape was everywhere. And I feel like someone should have just been the man enough to say, nah, I think we're good. I think people get the picture.
Dude, it's like even... like, obviously, I don't have any insider knowledge or anything, but I'm more in tune with, like, the video game rumor wheelhouse than regular people are, and I keep that to myself when they're chattering about, oh, what do you think's going to be at the Direct, and blah, 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 or what do you think's going to be at the PlayStation show? Right? Like, I just am like, well, let's not just tell them that Keighley's thing is going to end with Final Fantasy VII outright.
Even the little things, though. Like, it's like even the little things where it's like, you know, when someone, this is going back, this is a bit off topic when it comes to the Direct, but it's like, even when I start hearing rumblings about, okay, it does seem like it's time for Toys for Bob or whatever, and I've been jokingly going, yeah, it's Spyro 4, it's Spyro 4. But it's like, when I know it's Spyro 4, it's like, as soon as I know Toys for Bob's in the picture, I'm like, okay, that's it. Or it's like with Fire Sprite at the Sony show, where it's like, most people might have forgotten or don't remember that they were working on, you know, Until Dawn 2, but it's like, I know that they've been working on Until Dawn 2 for like 3 or 4 years at this point since Call of the Mountain. So it's like, it's just very boring where it's like Cal just has to sit there and sees 2 frames of a trailer and I've already identified it and told you that, oh, that's that. And it's coming out in like 6 months. But, you know, I'm not going to then sit there parading. It's just, I don't know. My thing on leak culture at the moment is like, people are sitting there complaining about this. It's just, what's the point? Like, you sit there, and we all sit there, and we go, that was a disappointing Ocarina of Time remake announcement. And yes, it would still have been a bit disappointing if it was blind, but the magic of an Ocarina of Time remake being a thing was completely windswept because we've known about it for 4 months.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a little bit more magical if no one had a clue that there was a Zelda coming out this year. Never mind an Ocarina of Time remake. It would have at least got a little bit more buzz than everybody going, that's it! I've waited 4 months and that's all you're giving me? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like...
Or like, I find it very hard to get jazzed for Resident Evil reveals on first reveal because it's just always one of them. Or all of them are being developed at once, or whatever. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be like whichever one it is will get revealed when it gets revealed, and it'll be cool when it does. But I don't get excited about playing the next one of those until like the week before I have it in my hands.
But it's like, you know, I don't know. I think leaks suck. It's like I've known like there's been a rumor for a while that Xeno 2 was getting a Switch 2 edition. The only reason that announcement was really hype for me was because the other two boys were brought in with them, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. Or we're getting all three at the same time. That's brilliant. If it was just two, I would have been like, oh, cool. Knew that though. We knew that was coming. The fact that the hype was that there was a new game and all three. Then it's like, then we can party. That's sick. What a great announcement for the three people that care. Two of them here right now.
Yeah, as someone who's kind of like starting to get disconnected with like the video game rumor mill, a lot of the big stuff that got shown here was unexpected to me. So it was I was getting really excited for a lot of the cool stuff.
And I think that's the way to enjoy this stuff. I genuinely think that as an industry, we'd all be a lot better and a bit healthier if we did stop with all of this nonsense. There's that many games coming out these days. It's nice, we've got enough announced stuff to care about and to talk about that maybe you don't need to tell me that Nintendo's planning 3D Mario in 2027. Maybe you don't need to tell me that. Maybe we can all just kind of let that rest and look at that 1 week in September and go, good Lord, can more of you delay? Like, please. Like, I'm serious. Can you move? Please.
And like my other thing like with leak culture is that like when in my younger days, like I was there for the Smash 4 leak hype cycle and Smash Ultimate and like Pokemon X and Y, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire leak cycle, faking shit. Like it's all just noise to me at this point. Like I don't put stock in anything anymore.
Yeah, I think the problem is leaks aren't fun anymore. And what I mean by that is there's no love for the game.
Yeah.
Now it's just
it's all clout.
It's all clout and it's all boring. Like, bless you, Hunter.
Yeah.
But sorry, I had to do it. We got to be respectful to you, Hunter. We have to be respectful to our king. But yeah, it's just there's no love in the game anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like someone random.
There's no love for it, and like this is a separate thing. But like with AI, also like any idiot can make a fake leak now.
Yeah. Like here's the thing: it's like with
There's
the Grinch
no
leak and
to it.
stuff
Like
that. At least you had to try.
Leak, yeah.
You at least had to try a little bit. I'm like, fair play, you had to try. Or the Rayman Smash leaks back in Smash 4 days, where I was like, my god, the amount of effort.
Where one dude just made a fake Rayman render and made it look super legit that no one could debunk it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fucking hype. Omni, you're a beast.
Yeah, like that's the good stuff, and now you don't get that anymore. And it's just like I'm just sitting there, and it just makes me really laugh because everybody. It's like obviously I'm plugged into like the platformer pipeline here, obviously on X the Everything app. So where I'm seeing there, and I'm seeing a bunch of fake leakers going around who are like, oh yeah, Rayman Legends Retold is coming because everyone knows because that's been the worst kept secret in Ubisoft since Black Flag Resynced. And then everyone's like going around on the Spyro thing, and I'm just watching the same like three people just spout nonsense, and they're all using each other as references, as if that's a good idea, as if they're going, yeah, I've heard it's an RPG as well. It's not. It's a Spyro game. It's a collectathon, you dumb fucks. You can just fly now.
It'd be like if somebody cited me as a source that Metroid Dread was gonna come out back in 2021, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you mean, dude? You made that game.
You did make
Vibe-based predictions, people expecting, or like Castlevania, I guess, is an applicable one for this year.
It's like it's like if Kyle was just like, he saw, he used something basic where he was like, hi guys, you've just seen the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, so he'll just use something like, he's like, yeah, dude, Sora can now ride like his keychain around, and also Donald now does have 4 fingers, and then I go, okay, well Kyle said that Donald has 4 fingers, so in my fake leak I'll say that yeah, Donald has 4 fingers, and also Goofy has 3 toes, and then you'll take the 3 toes, and then we'll just keep like spouting nonsense and trying to just one-up each other just for the love of the game. And I'm like, what's the point? What are we doing? No one cares.
Mickey's an alcoholic now.
Really? Well, that's why he's not wearing a shirt.
Make it all the time.
And that's why, he needs to put his pants back on, dude. That's what we need to know about Mickey. But yeah, I hate the leak. I genuinely do despise leak culture at the moment. It's just stupid and it's just clout chasing, and it is just kind of like, it's just lame. And I really do feel
fun anymore.
I feel really bad, and I especially feel bad for Nintendo because
Yeah.
oh no, no, I feel bad for the billion-dollar corporation. Oh, boo-hoo. But it does suck for those developers that have spent a lot of time on it. It's like Persona. I feel really bad
lame.
for Atlas at the moment because it seems like, and to be fair, it is a self-report. They do leak them ourselves every single time. But it's like, it does kind of suck for them when it's like, oh, we're finally getting ready for P6, and the week beforehand, oh, here's the logo and stuff like that, and everything's just kind of sprinkled out at the last minute. Same with Revival, where it's just like a week beforehand, everything comes out. You're just like, you're so close, so close.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks. It does ruin the hype a little bit, but I think everyone's a bit overblown. I think this was a fine enough Nintendo Direct. We've had worse. Trust me, we've had worse. Remember Garden
Does everyone
Direct?
remember various
Farming
day
Direct,
life?
yeah.
Yeah, Farm Direct. Like, my goodness, it was. We've been in the trenches before, guys. I think a couple of Xenoblade games is fine. Right. Let's run down. We've done our moaning. Let's run down game by
Now
game.
that it's taken 20 minutes,
Well,
let's actually talk about this.
I think it's important because it's like, it's just been a bit of a diabolical like shit show on social media where no one can be happy and everyone's sitting there and I'm just
What a
sitting there going,
surprise.
and
Ethan, that's been social media for 6 years.
true. I know. Just old man yelling at cloud. For the past
future
6
refuses
years.
to change.
Yeah. So true. Anyway, let's talk about actual video games. Nintendo Direct. Woo! Woo! Yippee!
Yeah, first up on our list was Rhythm Heaven Groove. Another look at that.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Oh, it's a game where you push the A button.
Oh, you're on about Rhythm Paradise Groove. I'm sorry, Nintendo's still localizing that name for some godforsaken reason. So I don't know what Rhythm Heaven is. I have to go with Rhythm Paradise, mate. I'm sorry about that. Why? What are we doing? I thought we'd stopped this. I thought we'd finally agreed that everyone would get the same name. What are we doing? Like, it seems very like it's not called Lilac Wars anymore. What are we doing? Like, what are we like? Genuinely. Anyway.
The way you said that made it sound like you were saying it was the flower, not.
Yeah, I know.
Which would be like imagine Star Fox.
It's a whole
Pikmin.
different game.
Yeah. It's Star Fox versus Pikmin, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes me laugh. Yeah, I think this is a rogue pick. The only Nintendo Switch game in the entire Direct that's solely for Nintendo Switch. And they were like, yeah, let's put that as the opener. And I'm like, we already know about it, dude. And even the sickos that like these games, like me, we already got our hype from when you announced it as the opener of the first Direct of last year. So I'm like, bro, even I don't need to see this. It's out in a month and it's like $30, $40. The sickos who want this have already got it on pre-order and will have a great time. It's a bit like Tomodachi Life, where it's almost like, and Tomodachi Life, was huge for Nintendo. The audience for this game will find it. This is one of those games where you do not need to keep showing it. And, when you show me an RPG mode and stuff like that, like, it's like, oh, look, now there's like this. I'm like, I'm not interested, dude. I just want to hit buttons to the beat. Like, I do not care right now. Just, you don't need to show me this. You should have just gone demo available right now. I'll be like, sick. I'll go download that. But Rhythm Heaven's Rhythm Heaven. It's great. It is a good rhythm game. It's just, it did feel a bit like a rogue pick for the start. Because I guess, you two aren't, you guys aren't rhythm like rhythm guys. I don't think this will have done anything for you, will it?
Not especially.
I might pick this game up.
With how cheap it is, like that's the only interesting proposition about this game is it if you go, ooh, that looks neat, and then you also find out also it's only like $40 or whatever, you're like, oh, that's not that's not bad. It's not a bad value proposition. I think that's the one thing Nintendo have been doing right with this kind of variable pricing is, stuff like this in Tomodachi Life is lower. And you've got the sicko Fire Emblem game, $80 bloody, and you're sitting there going, right, okay, variable pricing giveth and taketh away.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not any more interested in Rhythm Heaven than I was the first time they showed it to me. So, like,
Yeah. Kind of in the same boat there. Like,
where it's
first time I saw it, I'm like,
I might pick it up someday. It was my response when they announced it a year ago, and that's where I am now.
It also just feels wild because it's like this game should be out by now. Why is this one got the 18-month flipping hype cycle behind it, dude. Like this doesn't need a death.
Honestly.
This one doesn't need a death loop plumbing cycle. It just needed to be released like 3 months after it was announced. But hey ho, it's coming soon, guys. The last Switch game. Godspeed. Here it comes. I have a feeling with the RAM shortages and memory crisis, I think it will not be the last, but let's find out. What was after that, Cal?
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Speaking of
This was
games that don't need
every
any more
direct.
trailers, my god.
Bro,
You showed me
like,
the date, I never need to see it again until I play it. Or
I
try the
thought
demo.
I thought we
I
made
thought
our
it was free.
Is it? I thought we made our opinions clear when we were like last year, where we were like, okay, that's enough Souls games. I didn't mean when I said that for everyone to niche into samurai Souls games and then go, yes, this is what we need. This is what the industry needs is 7 of the exact same game, and we're going to show them all in this 1 week period. And then you've got people...
The children yearn for Neo knockoffs.
And then you've got people like me and Kyle sitting there
Shut your
watching these
pipe.
directs
Well,
going...
Onimusha came first.
Yeah, true. But I'm just like, me and Kyle are just sitting there, we're like, have we seen this one before? Is this a different one? Is it? I don't know. Yes, it is. Oh, wow, that one looks no different. Like, it's just wild to me that there were 70 of these, and, you're sitting there, and, you can make these, you can give me these reasons, Hunter, like, oh, but Onimusha was first, and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but also, it's got enough competition. Like, my God, like, unless you're, like, a diehard, like, Capcom head or whatever, Timmy, who's, this is Timmy in Walmart doesn't exist anymore. God rest his soul, dude. Timmy on the PlayStation Store is not gonna.
He died.
Timmy on the PlayStation Store is not gonna know the difference between Onimusha and all these other ones. He's just gonna go, oh damn, there's a lot of them. Oh, Neo 2's on sale, and that looks the exact bloody same. I guess I'll try that one out. It's like it's an uphill battle for most of these. I think it'll do well because Capcom games have
I
been.
don't disagree.
Don't ever bet
Yeah.
against Capcom in 2026. We don't bet against Capcom in 2026. It's a rough, that's a
I
rough
think if
game
they
to be
made
playing.
Pragmata work, that Onimusha stands a decent chance.
Yeah, I thought I've been open. I thought Pragmata was going to be absolute dog shit. I really did. Even after playing the demo, I was like, that would probably get boring after 20 minutes. But
I thought
it
that
worked.
even if people liked it, it wasn't gonna sell super great. But I remember them putting up the stats a week after it came out, and if they're doing
they
that,
had
they were
Diana
impressed
hold
by
the
it.
number or something. Yeah.
I don't remember what the number was anymore, but they
There
don't
was
do
probably a
that if
smiley
they're not.
face somewhere. That
Yeah.
means good. Smiley face means good. I think we're fine. But yeah, did this trailer do anything for you, Hunter? Just confirms that you're probably going to play it?
I'm going to play it. I was going to play it always. I kind of checked out because I didn't need to see another one.
Well,
This is
don't
also
worry.
the worst one because it came with the Nintendo Direct narration.
Yeah, I don't know. I am starting to get to the point now where it's like we've had this modern style of direct has been the same since Switch 1, and I am starting to get to the point now where I'm like, yo, maybe we need to shake it up a little bit. It's like even State of Play has kind of gone away from this a little bit. They try to,
Dude, at least they just let
they'll
the
give you like a
trailers
little, they'll
speak
give
for
you like the little
themselves.
diddly do beforehand, but then they'll just play a trailer. I don't
Yeah.
need random American McGee walking me through the
Unless you're
12
gonna
stages
start
of grief.
narrating over something like Silent Hill, because that would be hilarious to show up
Could you
in a
imagine
Nintendo
that?
Direct. Yeah, that would be hilarious. I want to see that happen because it'd be funny. But aside from that, I have no interest in having people tell me what the game that I'm probably gonna play elsewhere or probably have already played elsewhere is about.
Yeah.
It just it always makes me laugh because you've always got the difference between an adult game and a kid game in a Nintendo Direct, and it's the same guy, but it'll just be, let me just use 2 examples here from the list that'll come up later or whatever, but it would be like, in Rayman Legends Retold, play as Rayman, Glowbox, and all the other fucks that no one cares about as you go through the world. And he's saying it in a really nice way. And then you get to Metaphor ReFantazio, and he's like, in Metaphor ReFantazio, I'm going to speak like this to make it sound like I'm important. I'm just like, bro, shut up, right? I don't need a change of voice. I need you to shut the fuck up. That's what I need you to do.
And most of the time, speaking as someone who's already played these games, it talks me out of them. I'm like, man, I feel like a fool for playing those.
Yeah, I was like, I'm down, bro. If you describe Metaphor that way to me, I wouldn't have played it originally. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 has got a complete edition as well. Similar vein, where it's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, cool. It's an interesting get. Where I'm like, okay, cool. They're doing Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm sure the DLC is coming everywhere else. They're doing the classic Game of the Year edition. But again, like, it's like, what a weird starting. Like, look at that list, dude. The first 3 games of a June Direct are
Diabolical.
Rhythm Heaven, Onimusha, and Dragon's Dogma 2, dude. Like,
They
that's
keep it going. Stellar Blade is next, and that's not much better. Like, that game came out 2 years ago. And
I think
Sakurai probably
yeah.
wouldn't let Eve in because Smash Bros is for good little boys and girls.
True. I think it's always funny to me, especially also with Nintendo Directs, is, you know, ranges E to M, but also we're also not going to show anything from these M games that involves, you know, anything important or whatever. So it is literally just like,
We have to make Grace and Leon look absolutely washed in our demo footage for Resident Evil.
yeah. Leon can't aim. Stellar Blade has to show some actual gameplay because they can't show anything else. And I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Like, this is the most gameplay I've ever seen for Stellar Blade in my life. I'm like, they can't show cutscenes, so I'm just sitting there going, wow, there's a game behind this one? That's crazy. You wouldn't have guessed it based on Twitter. That's wild. Anyway, it's there. I think what's really interesting, and it's gonna take a little bit of a gear shift in my brain. I don't know about you guys, but moving Switch in my head from a secondary console to a primary, and what I mean by that is, it's like, you know, Switch used to get random third-party games like 3 years later that would have like kind of miracle ports where you're just like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. That's neat to see. It's no longer going to be neat in a Direct to see a new third-party game because they're just going to show up anyway. So I kind of have to shift gears to go,
it's already getting old.
There will be people that just play new games on Switch too. So I need to get out of my head that I'm just sitting there going, who cares about Metaphor? And I'm like, wait, there will be people now that literally will just only play on Switch, mainly in Japan. So it's like, I've got to get out of that headspace a little bit where I'm just sitting there going, bloody Stellar Blade? I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess that's going to show up. Orbitals. So that it's like,
fine.
Bro, here's the thing, right? Is like, as a fan of Hazelight games, I'm like, oh, cool. Another studio having a take on this. I'm like, that's interesting. But also, I don't know, like the style doesn't really jive with me that much. Also, it's like the problem with Hazelight and the problem with Joseph Fares is they're a bit like batshit, and what I mean that in an endearing way, where it's just like they just throw everything at the wall.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're like, here's 26 game ideas, some are good, some are bad. We'll make you play with them for like 10, 20 minutes, and then we'll chuck them away. Whereas this game kind of looks like a standard co-op game. Do you know what I mean, Hunter?
Yeah,
where it's
point
like
A to B to C. Whereas,
yeah,
like, the idea of that is present in something like Split Fiction, but you were doing so much differently that you weren't even working with letters while you were going from A to B to C.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the idea would be, yeah, you've got to get, you know, hey, you've got you're in this fantasy area with dragons, and you've got to get from the start of the level to the end of the level, but you're going through the whole life cycle of a dragon. So you start with the egg, and then you've got babies following you around, then you ride the little ones, then you're flying them at the end, and you're like, each one is a completely different gameplay experience. Whereas this just looks like the A to C, instead of it being an hour level, is the entire video game. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I feel like this might get pretty old pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, A Way Out, I feel like, is one that didn't mix it up enough, so it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah. So I'll be interested to see how it does. I want more people to make these games, so I hope it does well. Because
I think it's
like,
probably
it's a
good
great
on
genre
them that they got here. They're like, because we've seen trailers for other games that are doing this that haven't come out yet. Like there's one called like Lost or something about words was in the title, and I'm blanking on what the rest of it was.
If
but
you haven't remembered it, Hunter, we're definitely not. Like you're the.
I've seen trailers for a
memory
couple
guy.
of more games like this, and those haven't come out yet. So it's probably good for Orbitals that it beat the rest of them here.
I think it's also good probably that it's a console exclusive for Switch too.
Yeah.
Obviously, Split Fiction is on Switch 2 already, but also, like I say, love Hazelight. The port jobs that they do a lot of the time, a bit rough. So it's like to have one made like natively for Switch 2, I think might be, good as well for that kind of, for the platform and also just for innovation in general. They can I'm hoping they're using a bit, a couple of the Switch 2 like kind of unique kind of controller, like, I don't know, fucking mouse support, dog wiggle the fucking
Use the new
Joy-Con.
mouse mode.
Use the mouse mode, dude. File your taxes, I don't know. But no, I think it looks interesting enough, but it's like one of those ones where it's like, if you have a kid or you have like, a partner and you're really itching for another Haze-like, then this is probably going to be something that you're interested in. As someone who probably enjoys these games enough that the Haze-like cadence of like 3 or 4 years is probably enough for me. Yeah. It's not like I'm not going to be running to it. I'm not yearning for another one at the moment. What's next, Kyle? What's next?
After another look at Rayman Legends Retold, or the same look at Rayman Legends Retold. This could have been the same trailer for all I know.
It wasn't, which was weird. It was a newer build. That's the thing that was weird to me, was it was a newer build. And I was like, okay, so why was the state of play footage so old? This kept happening. PlayStation uploaded the Persona 4 trailer like a week after, not a week, like 4 days after the Xbox event. And it was a newer build. So it was the same trailer, but with a newer build in it. And I'm like, why are there 2 versions of this trailer going around? So I was the same with Rayman, where I'm like, okay. You guys have made a newer build, and like, you've got a newer trailer build in 4 days. I mean, this game looks great. I'll play it. I'm looking forward to it. Rayman Legends is a brilliant game. Can't Touch This
Rayman Legends is awesome.
Is a good music track to do one of those for. But again, it's one of those games now where I'm like, I've seen enough. You don't need to do this, and you don't need to show me this ever again. I'll just buy it in October like a good little Rayman fan and be on with my day.
Exactly. Forget, did they announce? Is there online co-op in this game?
It's
Or is it
couch
still
co-op
only
only. I
local?
think it's just local, unfortunately.
Damn, bro.
I know, right? You think that's what they would go for.
Huge
but,
miss.
Yeah. But, say la vie.
Mario Wonder wins again.
Let's be real,
Anyways,
it was a
next
miracle
game
that
is
Mario
Big
Wonders
Walk.
worked, dude. Mario Wonder was a miracle that it worked. Online multiplayer it's never been a Big Walk, dude. I love Australians. Big up the Australians.
Big
dude.
Walk.
Dude, I like that Big Walk isn't even really the kind of game that I would play, but the idea of playing it brings me joy.
Dude, I think we should. I think it'd be a healthy experience. I think
Oh,
for
dude.
everybody involved.
I'm
I think this
down
would
if
be a
you're
healthy-
down.
I'm down if you're down. I'm down. Cal, do you want to go on a big walk? I feel like this will be a healthy experience. We'll just
Yeah, I'm down.
yeah, hell yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. It just looks like a really like. Here's the thing, right? Is like, say what you want about friend slot, couch co-op games, like online, like fun games. It's just like there's something about them where it's like I can't really ever get mad at them because their whole premise is just piss about with your friends, and I'm like, how can I get
Yeah.
mad at that as a premise? Where it's just like, yeah, sure, I'll go on a big walk with people. I'll get lost in a forest by myself and have to set a flare off so people can find me. Why not? I'll do that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It just looks like a good fun, and it's a great, It was already coming to PlayStation Plus, like extra or whatever. It's already like coming to PlayStation 5. I think Switch is perfect for this, and it's got cross-platform play and stuff like that. I think it's a great fit. And Goose Game was so good that it's like I assume this game will be
was.
equally as fun. I'm sure
This game's
they'll
gonna
have
clean up at the DICE Awards or whatever it was the Goose Game swept. I don't remember.
But yeah, and this was the release date announcement as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, August 4th.
it's a good August is a good time for that game to come out. That's a good
Yeah.
time.
Got its own little pocket.
Yeah.
That's that whole month all to itself.
Yeah,
it
imagine
seems like.
imagine if people got their September games out in August. Like, this is just why it's like, guys.
That'd be
In
great.
fact, I'm not even gonna make a crunch culture joke. I feel like there's no point. But I'm just like, work a little harder, guys. 1 week, just get 1 week ahead. Get 1 week ahead of Wolverine. Just 1 week, guys. Just 1 week.
Or, push them out of September.
Guys, I heard February is pretty clear right now. Why don't we all move to
Oh, yeah.
February? That's what everyone was doing. We're like, we'll move to February. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna have to play through fucking 2 massive RPGs again in February. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, guys. You can get through a Persona and a Final Fantasy in less than 30 days. I believe in you. Don't you worry.
Don't even look at Fable in the
Oh,
interim. That's the one that's right on top of Persona.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Confirmed.
I forgot that it wasn't just 1 and a hypothetical. It's 2 and a hypothetical. It might be 3 RPGs. My God.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then when you finish all
dear.
3 of them, your reward is a new Xenoblade
What your
in the summer.
your reward is unemployment. If you can finish all 3 of them in that quick time, then you've got nothing better going on in your life.
Dude,
Like-
the fight for 2027 RPG of the year is gonna be a bloodbath.
I know I jokingly said like at the start of this season that it was like 2027 is Ethan's year, but I'm like, you could have given me something in 26. You know what I mean? You could have given me something to
Yeah.
hold on to, just a little bit. I
Grand
don't
Theft
need all of
Auto.
it. Pardon? Yeah, but even that's an
Grand
Ethan
Theft Auto.
stretch. That's a stretch. If it was a Red Dead, that would have been. If it was Red Dead, that would have been an Ethan thing. You know, Grand Theft Auto is just normie slop that I'll happily enjoy. A little bit of. Nah, I'm gonna have a good time. But yeah, big walk. I love a big walk. Me, big walker in this
Big
household.
walk.
Yep. Do you know what I'm not though, Kyle? I might be a big walker. I'm not a One Piece Grand Gourmet though. I'm not a
Ah.
Grand Gourmet.
You don't like the One Piece?
Dude, you know when you see a
If
game.
I were a pirate, I would have found it in 20 episodes.
I somehow believe him.
okay.
I kind of believe him a little bit. I do kind of believe him a little bit.
No,
Hunter
I
has-
do believe him.
Hunter has no
Hunter's
time
a
for pissing
doer.
about. Hunter has no time for pissing about. There's no beach arc. There is nothing.
Filler arcs are not in my life.
His name is Hunter, not Dawdler.
No, I don't know. Like I was
It's
saying
fine.
this. I was saying
I have nothing to
this-
say about One Piece cooking game.
I was saying this to a friend the other day. I miss like the mid-level, similar to what I was saying with Star Wars last week, where I was like, I miss when Star Wars games were a bit shit. I kind of miss when you know, your big swings, your big kind of like IP kind of cash grab video games. Like I miss the AA like spin-off like tie-in game. That's what I miss. Whereas like I look at this, it's either like they're insanely cheap like this, or they're like this big like, you know, like Attack on Titan thing that no one, like everyone that's into it is like cool, and everyone that isn't is like, it still looks shit enough for me not to be interested. Whereas like
Yeah.
I miss just like, you know, that Toy Story collection that's coming out for like PS5 like later this year,
Oh,
like that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
game. I miss that level of game where it's just like, it looks like it's a really good time, but it's clearly made on a cheaper budget. Whereas this just looks like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
more One Piece, make it a pixel art game, yeah, make it about cooking. And it's just like, yeah, sure, I'm sure the 5 fans will care. No one else will. Everyone else will just look at that and go, yeah, whatever, bro. Whatever.
Famously
Alright.
small 5 fan One Piece fan
fans.
base.
Dude, the rest of them are dead because the One Piece journey has taken so long. What can I say? If they made this game earlier, it would have been fine. They'll have a bunch of
Yeah.
new fans though when Netflix restarts the 20-year journey, and then
Yeah.
there you go. Hey, look, yeah, I don't know. I miss fun shovelware, not just like, yeah, it's fine. It looks like Stardew Valley or Cooking Mama or whatever. Whatever. What's next, Kyle?
After that was Pokopia getting an update. You can go underwater.
Dude,
And they also announced there's going to be 3 waves of DLC coming out.
yeah, an expansion pass. I love when they were like, the expansion pass is available today. You can give us money for August. You can give us money now for something that's happening in August. I'm like, thanks, Nintendo. That's class. That's class, that is. If anything, Hunter, they're trying to beat inflation. They're trying to do you a deal. Give us $30 now, because $30 will be, you know, and your
Yeah,
$30 is
you got a
worth
be
point
$40
there.
in
No,
a
I
month.
sighed because you mentioned 3 waves of DLC, and I just remembered the last like main Pokemon game harassing me with their DLC for like what felt like years on end. Every
What, you
time
don't
there was a
wanna-
direct.
Hunter, I don't see the issue. You don't want to get bubbly in the basin, dude. You don't want to get bubbly in the basin. What's wrong with you? I don't. It's funny to me because Pokopia was huge. Pokopia was huge for 2 weeks. Then we forgot about Pokopia. It's already getting into that came out this year award kind of territory where I'm like, oh yeah, Pokopia was this year. Like, it was a great game, but I played it for like 3 days and then I dropped it. Like, it was like nothing. But I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, Ethan, you're in a rut, right? You're kind of in a video game rut. That makes sense that you dropped it. I dropped Tomodachi Life very quickly, and that's a very me-coded game. But no one, the internet did the exact same thing. I've heard more about Tomodachi Life than I have Pokopia, and I'm like, bro, that game's got like
Tomodachi
5
Life
voice
has
lines
kept
and a
its
dream.
steam, yeah.
Yeah. So fair play. I mean, I'm glad that they're supporting it. It was a brilliant game. It was brilliant, but it was from the Dragon Quest builders, guys. Of course it was. Like, what we expected? That's like asking, yeah, Capcom's making a new game. You assume it's going to be an 80 something now. You just make that assumption.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That
mean,
is what they
Bubbly,
do now.
yeah, Bubbly Basin, it looks all right. Maybe one day I'll go and finish it because I never even finished the story mode for Pokopia. I got to the final area and I was like, I'll come back to you tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. It's like the opposite of Expedition 33.
33, yeah.
Sam and Elden Ring.
Yeah, dude.
Or Sam and Xenoblade 2, I believe. He never finished that, did he?
He never finished.
He got to chapter 7.
It's further than I thought he'd get, if I'm honest with you. That's further than I thought.
Honestly.
Godspeed.
Mad props to him.
God's strongest soldier, dude. Anyway, next.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
Yeah, that was a weird
I think this
trailer.
was like the first big announcement of the direct.
This is where the fortunes started to shift a little bit. I think, Pokopia was like the start of the turn where it's like, here's your normie slop, kind of like, here you go. May I give you a DLC expansion pass for over a year, but you give me $30 now, please? Like, I think it's funny because people were like, where's the Mario Kart World stuff? I'm like, oh, I should have got on the Pokopia bus, mate, because Mario Kart World is never getting anything at this point. Look at that. $80,
Mario
by the
Kart
way.
World is dead.
$80, by the way. My favorite thing about Mario Kart World is you now got Mario Kart fans trying to justify that it was like, hey, guys, it's actually all right. And I'm like, is it though, guys? Is it? Everyone's like, the movement's pretty cool. And I'm like, is it though? Is ADHD simulator in a cool movement tech? I don't know. Like, let's be real.
I thought the game was fun to play. Like, time trialing that game I thought was fun, but like the actual online play is just atrocious.
Online is awful, and I will stand by it. I think it's one of the worst track lists in Mario Kart history. I really do. I think if it wasn't for the evolutions in the actual movement, like the jumping and the wall like riding and the grinding on the rails, if it wasn't for that, if it was just based on, like, say it was Mario Kart 8 or Wii's kind of gameplay loop with those tracks that they picked, it is some of the worst tracks in Mario Kart history. And I think it's just the fact that we can't, like, if you give them a pass, you're like, I guess they kind of integrated it all into one big world, but also the routes are dog shit as well. Poo poo, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like that game really does need a Hail Mary. It needs something to rejuvenate it. Like, it needs...
come back in 2 to 3 years when they decide you're getting DLC for the following 2 to 3 years.
Dude, there is a part of me that I think it's actually the smart play. Mario Kart fans will not like me hearing that, but I think giving it a couple of years, letting the hardcore fan base, keep with it, but letting the casuals have a couple of years to actually buy a Switch 2, I don't think it's a bad idea. And then come back bigger and better with actual tracks that are good to play and a functioning online mode, and we'll be, maybe it'll be like, we'll be back in business.
Mm-hmm.
Can they do a Switch 2 edition of a Switch 2 game? Just go, it's a redo.
Complete edition. Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
Todd
Please
Howard
buy
special.
us again edition.
Yeah, Todd Howard special. Can't wait. That sounds great.
We're sorry it was bad the first time edition.
I don't know.
Give us $90 edition.
Yeah. Here's the expansion pass. It's $45, by the way. Can you? Yeah. Don't worry though. We'll give you Baby Park because we always give you Baby fucking Park. Okay, there you go. Godspeed.
You people shit yourselves over that course.
Yeah.
This time it's 10 laps long.
And it's right in the middle of the track, so there's like 17 routes, so you only actually get to do one lap around it because you spent 25 minutes getting to the cocking track. I love Mario Kart World. It's great. It's good. Where's the 3-lap lobby, Nintendo? You dumb fucks. I don't want to play Straight Line Simulator. God damn it.
Like that's my
Activision,
biggest
if
problem
you
with the
weren't
game.
Cowards, you would make a Crash Team Racing now.
Where is
Honestly.
it? Where is it, Activision? Where is it? That's the next thing I'm going to be banging the drum for. You better keep them coming.
The market, the field is wide open.
Everyone's just taking their own goals. That's the problem. It's like Nintendo's like, oops. I spent 12 years and I decided straight lines were a good idea in a kart racer. Like, my God.
Yeah, like you say the track design is bad, Ethan. I can't even tell you what any of the tracks look like because I've never played them.
Yeah, you get to do
I've
one
played
lap.
straight line game.
Yeah. Well, like, don't get me wrong. I'm Hail Mary, please, Nintendo. When you do bring that game back, please just give us what we actually want, which is just 3-lap tracks and I don't know, some fun. Can you find me some fun, dude? Can you find me some fun? That'd be nice. I'd like some fun.
We had 3-lap fun, and then they said no, we will not play this way.
Oh, we found out that we figured out you're using random for the wrong intentions. Let's wind that in. Let's wind that in. Do you feel like a straight line?
Stupid ass video game, dude.
Anyway, Fire Emblem.
No, I think that's the Fire Emblem section done.
No, I need to rant about.
Let's talk about Ninjala.
No, I don't want to. We brought back Ninjala while we're talking about that. Let's get that out of the way. I forgot Ninjala was a thing.
I never knew it was a thing.
Yeah, Fire Emblem. It was a weird trailer, that was. I'm not gonna lie. Even for I think the reveal trailer was better because at least there was a bit of story. Like this, just again, it didn't do anything to sell me on the world. It just did the generic Nintendo Direct thing. It was like in the world of blank, heroes fight for power and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't care. I also think it's a very bizarre they show the trailer off. The pre-orders are available now. And then they clearly on the cover show the new the new player, the Bylifs, the Lucinas
even though
or
they
whatever.
framed it
The
as if
player
you were
character.
playing as the 4 other people.
Well, they showed you controlling them, so maybe you are. I think it's just the whole messaging around this is just kind of
Which is
weird
because, all right, first of all, having a loser avatar that doesn't actually matter to the story is always a weird choice.
Yeah.
So having a loser avatar that doesn't matter to the story that you don't even have to control, as opposed to, one of the characters with personality that might be cool, is even weirder.
I don't know. I think what's interesting is it took the evolution, when I look at Three Houses and I look at what Three Houses did, and I say what worked well with Three Houses and what didn't work well with Three Houses, and I'm like, Three Houses really did a good job of making player choice matter and me keeping you engaged from a narrative level. What it fumbled with was its execution of oversimplifying the combat. Was what the issue was, really. It was it put all of its eggs in the story and player choice narrative basket, and it kind of fumbled a little bit with its gameplay mechanics. And I thought, and I mean, Kyle, we had this discussion when Three Houses came out, where I was like, it's a very easy win if you just do another Three Houses, but you actually give the Fire Emblem people what they want when it comes to combat and it comes to the actual gameplay of it. And it seems that they don't get the message. They do engage where the gameplay is better, but they were like, what's a story? Have a Pepsi can, dude. And then you get this, and it's like, all the stuff that I was like, where's the Three Houses stuff? It's just you can pick, and I'm like, yeah, you could pick in Fire Emblem, whatever. What was it called? Fates, and that was awful. I don't know. It's just I think Three Houses was a really good setup where it was there was reasons to have these choices. Where it's just this one's just pick your favorite knockoff anime character. Which one do you think you vibe with? And I'm like,
do you want bootleg Alucard?
Yeah, but best
design of all of them there.
At least in Three Houses, it was pick a part of the school, bring here's a cast of characters, bring people over, do all that, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. This, they just went, pick whichever warrior you want, and I guess you might fight with them in a coliseum and meet friends, and I'm like, is there anything to this? Is there genuinely anything to this? I would like to know. Is there anything?
I imagine
to this
there
game?
would be. I just don't. For some reason, they're not telling you.
But that's the thing.
The story stuff they're keeping close to their chest.
Yeah,
maybe. But it's you're not showing me any of those social systems that you did introduce. You're not showing me any of the interesting story choices, or you just basically went pick who you vibe with. not necessarily this is like, this is the principles and what you stand. I don't know. It just didn't. It just felt like it was they were going by. It's almost like baby's first look at what makes a Fire Emblem game, Kyle. What makes a modern Fire Emblem game? It's just I guess you have to pick something at some point, and I guess
Well, that's a good question. Have we seen anybody with blue hair in this game yet?
No, not yet. As far as I'm aware.
This is not a real Fire Emblem game, then.
I know.
I hate to say it. Fake game.
Fake game.
It's not even real.
But I don't know. It's an interesting one. And then, like I say, and then you've got your connections to 3 houses because you've got blooming Morgana in the blooming mix. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, bro, what we do? Cassandra Lee Morris, why are you back? Why are you back? Yeah, why are you back? So yeah, we'll see. It's just I don't think it was a particularly good trailer. And then going $80, please. I'm like,
$80 in the busiest month of the year. Like if they had said August, this would have been one where I'd consider giving it a chance. Just because Fire Emblem's one of those things where I'm always considering trying it, and events conspire against me. Like Engage being the one that happened when I had money.
Bad.
and
it was awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is I will give it a chance because I was, I did enjoy 3 Houses that much, but also, I think I think Kyle has a very good point here where he made it with like Fire Emblem Awakening or whatever, where it's like people say that about Persona as well, where it's like, whichever one you play, that's the one that you like, and then every time after that, you just like
favorite.
In the bin with every single one that comes out afterwards. And I'm like, maybe that is it, where I'm just waiting for maybe now my dream Switch 2 edition because of Xenoblade is now Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So I'm like, oh, sick. Which, let's be real, I think Nintendo is after that much money that nearly every Switch 1 game is probably going to get a Switch 2 edition at this point, mate. Like, so I'm like, they'll do it eventually. I'm pretty sure they will. Which will be fine by me.
It's looking like my first Fire Emblem experience, should I choose to pull the trigger, is still going to be Ike's game on the GameCube subscription.
It's not a bad shout. I don't think it's a bad shout.
Honestly,
it'll be your favorite, whichever one you pick.
Yeah.
That's also a good point, because if there's a protagonist character that you pick them and that whatever, again, it's like character armor or whatever. Okay, these main fuckers can't die, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, oh, whatever. Anyway, we'll find out in September. Will it be good? Fucking hope so, mate. Ninjala 2, though, that's going to be a hit. Any Ninjala players?
It's not coming out in September, so
true.
How good could it really be?
No.
Spring 27, that's a nice little...
Who needs to know ahead of time that Ninjala's coming?
May I suggest February? I'm like...
I hope they wait. I hope they wait for Revelation to announce its date, and I hope they counter program.
Dude, I even better, dude. I want them to get to January and wait for February to fill up even more, and then still commit to February. That's my dream. It's just like, yeah, that's where we want to be. Where's the party at, bro? Where are my ninjas at? Where are my Ninjala stands? Yeah, that looked like a video game. Again, this is the thing is, you get Pokopia and you get Fire Emblem, and then they just do this, where it's just like, yay, padding, woo, Ninjala 2. Like, woo, the DK challenge, which Kyle's bullet point just says, who cares? And I'm like, yeah, valid.
Dude,
valid.
I wasn't writing all that. I knew you two didn't care. I didn't care.
Shot.
Wait till we get to the RuneScape section.
Yeah, like... I think the problem was with this was like DK Challenge was like you can get these fake achievements, and I'm like, Nintendo, you're either in or out. I respect you not having achievement systems. You're either in or out. Don't do this half-arsed like middleman. Do you want a sticker on your phone? Kind of garbage. Like I don't care. I don't. Yeah. I really do not give a monkeys. Literally, but don't. He's an ape. But yeah, it's just I'm just like, what's the point? What are we doing? What is this? Like Ninjala DK Challenge and Jujutsu Kaisen? Like what are we doing?
They just made Vampire Survivor again.
I don't know why Jujutsu Kaisen was the IP that they chose to make that. Honestly, if Vampire Survivors was like, hey, weird multiplayer, change the rules of their thing mode, I'd give it a whirl. I'm not gonna buy a Jujutsu Kaisen game for it because I don't like that show that much.
I'm starting to respect like Balatro a lot more the more that we get past Balatro, the more I'm like actually like really respecting that game, because it's like they'll do free collabs with a load of random people or whatever, but it's like Balatro's Balatro. Vampire Survivors now, and the devs doing that. Now I'm just starting to go like, okay, cool, now it's Vampire Survivors with this. I'm like, please don't tell me that we're going to start doing this every year. Where it's like, now it's Vampire Survivors, but it's with this IP, and now it's with that IP, and it's just the same game over and over again. Because it's a very easy, like, Balatro could have done that. Balatro literally could have done what, like, Uno does, where it's like, oh, here's a,
Is it the dev making it, or
It
is it
is.
just someone copy? Oh, I didn't
no, it's the
realize
dev,
that.
it's the dev
Yeah.
making it.
That's funny.
Which made
I
me
thought it
go,
was just
oh.
someone copying
Introduced.
them.
I'm like, you can do better than that. You know what I mean? It's like, could you imagine if Balatro just came
Yeah.
out and it's like, oh no, now it's like blooming, like I say, it's just like, oh, now it's
They did just do
blooming
better than that earlier this year with
Attack on
Vampire
Titan
Crawlers.
Balatro, and then it's this Balatro. I'm like, no, just respect yourselves a little bit. Because like with Vampire Crawlers and now this as well, I'm like, bro, how many of
Surely
these?
you're already swimming in it.
Yeah, you don't need to. Like, calm down. It's a bit like Dave the Diver. I'm like, do we really like? Okay, I respect Dave the Diver. Do we really need a prequel and then like 6 million expansions? Like, calm down, guys. Calm down.
That mark my words, that prequel, when it gets crossover DLC, Evangelion.
Probably, it wouldn't surprise me. Bro. I'm like, that's pretty tame. For Dave the Diver,
Evangelion
mate.
and Nier.
That's pretty tame for Dave the
Whoa.
Diver. That's true, because Nier
Dave
will
the
do
Diver meets 2B.
Nier will do everything that isn't actually like make a new entry,
new
so it's
game,
fine,
yeah.
We're thriving, dude. We're thriving. 2027 is the return of Persona technically coming back, and Nier will still go. I've got another decade, mate. I've got another decade. 2037, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Go on, Kyle. Run us through a couple
Anyway.
of these next extra ones.
Um,
We know where we're going with
so-
this. We know what we're skipping.
Yeah,
we
then
know
they
what
moved
not.
into like this like hard game block of Lords of the Fallen 2, Liza P, and DMC Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
I'll always,
Um,
Liza P will always be one of those games where I'm like, you're all right. You know what I mean? When it's like when we get through Soul Slop, I'll always remember that Liza P is actually fantastic, and I sit there and I go, "You're all right, kid. You get the pass." You know what I mean? Like in the same way, people are
It's
like,
amazing
nah,
how even just visually it stands above the rest of them. Like, it's got
yeah,
so much more sauce just by looking at it than Lords of the Fallen. And
Yeah.
its
There's-
refusal to learn how to numbers work.
There's one thing in Lies of P that made me want to play it, and it's that there's a gunblade weapon,
Mhm.
but it's locked behind DLC.
Oh,
So I'm like,
beans.
I'm never getting this video game then.
but it's in the complete edition, Kyle. It's in the complete edition.
Well, it's still probably locked behind beating the video game.
Hmm,
to
it
be
could be
fair, it's like
it
I
could be
played through
like the
half.
Bloodborne
Yeah,
thing where you could get the DLC area partway through.
yeah. As far as I'm aware, the Overture DLC was a prequel. So as far as I'm aware, you I don't know. Probably from a gameplay perspective, it wasn't designed for you to play that area first, but I'm sure that you can go to it pretty early on.
Mhm.
That game's fantastic though. That's one of those games that I played half of, and I'm like, I need to go back to Lies of P. Like, not just I say that about a lot of games. It's like I'll go back to that eventually, knowing full well I won't. But Lies of P is one of those where it's like, next time. Like I need to do my homework. I need to play the actual Dark Souls trilogy. But it's like it's on my list of once I finish Dark Souls 1 to 3 and Sekiro, once I'm done with the actual FromSoft like block, that's like the first one on my list where it's like that's the first one that I'm going to. And it'll probably be the only one that I'm going to, because I'm like, I don't care about samurai games, and that's all the Souls block is now, is apparently Samurai Sam. But yeah, Devil May Cry Hunter, you finally got some more Devil May Cry. It's the same one that you've been getting for like the past little while now, but you got it again. There you go. What's your thoughts
I
on
feel
that?
like this is a good omen for the future.
I hope so.
It's been long
Been a
enough.
while.
Yeah, I said at the start of the year that my prediction I was throwing out was that we'd know the next thing that they're doing with it by the end of this year.
Potentially the Game Awards.
The first. Yeah,
Awards sounds
whether
pretty
it's a
good.
it'll be the penultimate Capcom announcement that's become a yearly tradition now. It'll be DMC 1 remake or DMC 6. I'd be
Yeah.
happy with either one.
Those would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's out on the 23rd of June, and it's literally got your name in it. So there you
It
go.
sure does. Oh, I have to
Um,
buy that.
Yeah,
Box
well,
now,
oh
don't
yeah,
I?
because you needed an excuse. You needed an excuse, right?
I
You're
was I
sicko,
had
bro.
zero intention to buy DMC5 for the Switch. I don't have the other ones for the Switch.
Yeah, but you know, it's on Switch too. You got to play something on your Switch too, dude. Are you gonna pick up Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation, whatever that I did? I just realized that it was called Rumble Survivation, and now I literally am like,
Survivation is a diabolical title.
you genuinely, yeah. Now I am angry. Now I am. Now it is a war. Now it is a war against that dev. I'm never playing Vampire Survivors now. You can get in the bin for that, mate. Anyway, guys, we've got to talk about it. The big reveal of the show: Muramasa Revenant Blades. Kyle, what's your thought on Muramasa Revenant Blades? Wasn't I like? So I saw
You're
like a
saying that
couple of...
sarcastically. It's the
No,
Unicorn
no.
Overlord. Have you
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Vanillaware.
It's Vanillaware, and also isn't it a
Yeah. It's a sequel
It's
to
out of-
something.
Yeah, it's a
Isn't it
sequel to
out-
one of their older games.
One of their older games.
like a
that I think
Vita
was locked
thing.
on the Wii, if I'm remembering
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it was like the Wii. I think it was the Wii. I think you're right. It was the Wii. I was like, it was the
Yeah,
Wii
like
or the Vita. It was
Muramasa
something
the
weird like
Demon's
that.
Blade, I believe, is
Yeah.
what it was called.
Yeah. I never played it, but I've at least heard of it. I don't know. It and like the original seemed interesting enough from what I remember when I learned about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Vanillaware games always look super pretty, so this game's no
Great art
exception.
style they got. Yeah,
They
I'm glad they got to make another one because that always seems nebulous when they put a game out.
Yeah.
Because it always seems like they're like teetering on bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nah, seems cool though. I'm happy for the people who are happy.
yeah, it looks like it is a mixture of new stuff and that original game, so it is coming out of Wii Jail, which is nice.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can check it out if you feel like it. Early 2027. Get it in that February slot. I've heard February. Great time for releasing video games.
Stop telling. Don't tell the studio that doesn't know if they're gonna get to make another
I'm
game.
telling
after
everyone,
it releases
mate. I'm
to
telling everyone.
Release in the
Spire of the
Partners-
Dragon. I love February, mate. Bring it in. Come on in. The water's just fine. I don't care.
like
One game every day of February.
like
That's
middle
fine
of
by me.
July. Consider Vanillaware.
That's
one-
not
no
early
one puts their
2027.
games out
February
there.
is though. February is. Come on in, guys. Come on in. The water's just fine. There's a couple of dates left. There's 28. There's a whole 28 days of February. I don't see the issue. Anyway, moving on.
Alright, yeah, the big thing, at least for me and Ethan.
Yo, wake up,
Xenoblade
guys.
Chronicles Trilogy, Switch 2 editions.
Yeah. They're doing like a rollout for this, aren't they? It's like a hype cycle all the way to what was next to new Xenoblade game.
The fucking December.
Yeah. So yeah, Xenoblade 1 is out digitally now and out physically at the end of next month on the 30th of July. Xeno 2 is out on the 30th of July digitally, and then in October, the 1st of October for physical. And then Xenoblade 3 out in the wilderness a little bit, but it's taken that Nintendo December slot of December 3rd, digital and physical. They always like chucking a game on that first week of December. So doesn't
They should
surprise
have
me.
made it. They should have left that for Xenoblade 2
Yeah,
as tradition.
That's when
Yeah.
Xenoblade 2 released, I think.
What's really
Yeah, I
funny,
know.
actually,
That's
is
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
this is genuinely unironic. If they had flipped Xeno 2 and 3, they would have had their original release like weeks.
Yeah.
Because Xeno 3
funny.
was also July, so yeah, it would have been cute, but alas, it was not meant to be. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is we've always said that it's like we love we all love the Xenoblade games, and they're like the powerhouses for the Switch 1 in terms of like what people can get out of it. They're some of the best looking Switch 1 games that were released. And it's always been a shame, especially for 2. 2 was the one that needed this. It's nice that 1 and 3 are being brought with it. But it was always 2. 2 was the one that
2
really needed this.
definitely-
It was a
Definitely needed it.
it was a rough time, especially in handheld mode. Like, just don't
Yeah.
bother in handheld mode for Xeno 2. Like, it's been pretty bad for a long time. And the little patch they did for the Switch not too long ago for like the handheld boost mode was a nice little thing to have them, but yeah, it's just nice to have these ports, and they're adding new content, which is great. Because the Xenoblade X Switch 2 edition is probably infamously, unfortunately, the worst Switch 2 edition because they basically did nothing except put a upscaler on it that looked a bit shit. So it looks like they're rectifying that. Kyle, what are they adding? What are they adding, Kyle?
Well, in Xenoblade 1, they added in this like jet bike, which it's just there for helping movement, just making you traverse the areas faster.
They added
Does it
Mario
have any
Kart as
vertical
well.
movement? It'll make to make the Button Valley better.
No, unfortunately, it's only
No, but you
feet
can
on the
head bash every
ground.
wall while you're on it, dude. You can bang out, bang out, bang. Oh, there's. They
but
added a
they
Mario Kart
also-
mode though, which was sick. That's what I think's really
That
cool.
too.
Is there's like actual
Well-
racetracks and stuff, dude. That's sick.
All the characters got interesting looking bike outfits.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna say they're cool, but they are certainly choices.
I liked them, which probably means they're bad
That's a
because
good
I usually
description
have.
of most of Shulk's clothes.
Yeah.
And then Xenoblade 1 also added in voice lines for the heart-to-heart conversations,
which I
which
think's
is
really
cool because they brought back all the original cast.
Yeah. Include like I always find it baffling that they always manage to get Jenna Coleman to come back and do this every time. It's like it should get less impressive the more she's shown up. Now that she once she came back for Xeno 3, I was like, yeah, she probably will come back for most Xeno stuff now. But I just find it really funny that this is the one game that she's in and she's like, fair enough, commit to the bit. I'll just keep coming back. Why not?
Dude, what is it? The guy that voices, I forget his name. The guy that voices Grahatia in Final Fantasy 14, like he's a Broadway performer and he was
Yeah, he
voted like
is.
sexiest man of the year, and he fucking loves playing his character in FF14. It's so much fun just to see him come back.
I think it's awesome, and it's like I love Jenna anyway, but it's like the fact that she does, this niche thing, and she's just like, yeah, I'm happy to keep doing it. I'm like, that's awesome because you could very much have an ego on you and be like, that's below me now. I don't need to do random voice work for a game that literally came out nearly 20 years ago. We're getting there, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you don't need to keep coming back, but they do, and I think it's really cool that they brought them back. But voice heart to heart, I think is really good because one of the critiques I had when I played through Xenoblade 1 for the first time was, unlike in Xeno 2 and 3, the heart to hearts almost sometimes have, the requirements to get them unlocked are a bit more like tedious. Like a lot of the time it's like relationship dynamics and stuff like that, and it's like if you're just trying to do what I was doing and Hunter was doing, where we were just trying to storm through that main story, you don't get any of the heart to hearts because the game kind of slaps you on the wrist and goes, no, you should be not, you're going through it too quickly. Now at least now that it's all voiced and it feels a bit more substantial.
I made up all of the banter between Dunban and Ricky.
Yeah, exactly. Right, but now it's all voiced. That gives me a reason on a replay to actually, give more of a crap because I'm like, oh, actually, it's more performances from these guys that I really like. I do. I might not like the story in Xenoblade 1 as much as I like the other two, but I do like the performances. So it's like, oh, that's a reason for me to hear more Ricky. Of course, I might actually, stumble around a bit and actually listen to more of that. That'll be sick. So yeah, I think it's really cool, and I can report I have played a bit of it. And the piss filter is not as bad in Xeno 1 as it is in Xeno X. I think it's perfectly fine. I also think people are... I don't know. I think Nintendo fans are the worst. I think I've decided that. Like the Digital Foundry, the performance, the ray trace, the piss of technology, all this shite. Why are Nintendo fans the ones that are the most butthurt about it? I feel like with these Switch 2 editions, where
Honestly,
they're sitting there going,
right? Like choose a different console if you
port
care
is
that
unplayable.
much.
The Xenoblade X port is unplayable and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's not great, but also you can live with it a little bit. This one's fine. If people are complaining about this, I'm like, bro, you need to just get up. It looks nice and it's in 60 FPS. You cannot say that it's not an upgrade. Have we not? Let's go back. Let's go back to Switch 1. Let's go play the original Xenoblade 1. Let's go play Xenoblade 2. Let's go have that conversation when that comes out in a month. Let's go. You play Gormot in fucking Switch 1 on 20 FPS. I'll have a good time. Let's trade. Not
fast
playing
travel anywhere in Xenoblade 2 and just watch all the textures pop in
Yeah.
slowly.
Well, let's have that conversation. People are like, "Oh yeah, but the AI upscaler is not as good as it could be." And I'm like, "Yes, well, Xenoblade 1's fucking original resolution isn't as good as it could be, but we still liked the game. lock in a little bit. It's still a good game.
Grow the fuck up.
Grow the fuck up.
Get
dude.
a
I don't
job.
care. Yeah, genuinely. Don't you dare stick that frame
something
rate counter
useful.
on the screen, dude. I'm not interested, dude. I'm not interested. Xenoblade 2 dropped down to 10 FPS constantly. We're not having that
Yep.
conversation. I'm like, but from what I can tell, it looks great. I think before Genesis comes out, I think I am gonna replay all of them again. Just do the chores, you know. And also, just because I don't trust Monolith, they can say till the cows come home every single time, it's not connected, you don't need to know anything. But I'm like, there'll be some sick and twisted little thing, even if it's a little nod or reference here and there. I know what they're like. It's, you know, fool me once, shame on me. Like, fool me fucking 26 times. Like, get in the bin, dude. Like, I'm not doing this again. Let's talk about the new one then, I guess. Let's do it. Oh,
Yeah,
2 and 3.
Xenoblade
Well, we didn't say 2.
Genesis.
2 and 3 has Blade Piss About mode, and Xeno 3 has a roguelite. That's the extra content for those two. Plus other
Dude, I
stuff.
felt like the extra stuff for Xenoblade 3 felt really weak by comparison.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a bit boring because I was like, oh, another roguelite. A new hero's cool. I'll always take a new hero, a new voice, like new cutscenes and stuff like that. That's also good.
Yeah, a new
Xenoblade
hero in
is-
3 and a new Blade in 2.
The only but the only shame with 2 is 2 isn't getting 2's getting a new Blade, but it's not. The other 2 are getting like proper new voice work with the new cast and new cutscenes, whereas it seems like 2 isn't getting as much, which is probably, like I say, because there's half the cast of 2 unfortunately don't even want to be a part of 2 anymore. Like, that's the problem with that game, is the fans were that toxic that I think even like Sky doesn't even fucking like the game anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, yeah, the roguelite, I don't care about a roguelite. Everything has a roguelite these
either.
days. I don't need a roguelite. But I'll still take it. Xenoblade 3's peak, so I'll still take it. I don't
I
mind.
was gonna say 3 had the least additions by comparison because there was already the
Enough
most
game
in it.
already. Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was
Yeah.
long enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then yeah, if you get bored, you also got Future Redeemed as well. So it's like there's plenty in Xeno 3. You don't need extra. Like, yeah, you don't need extra content in 3 that much. But yeah, what came after, Cal?
After that, our first look at the next Xenoblade entry, Xenoblade Genesis.
Yeah.
How are you feeling on it, Ethan?
I was saying to Hunter, this was like it. I'm like, oh, cool. Similar reaction to God of War, really, where it's like, it's a game I'll definitely be playing, and I definitely know I'll enjoy when I pick it up. But I'm in that era at the moment where it's like, okay, you're saying 2027, cool, see you in 2027. Like, I will get excited for this game when it's like 3 months out. When we next see it and it's 3
Yeah.
months out, I'll get a bit more excited. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's interesting, you know, again, how much it's actually connected to the wider Xenoblade universe is yet to be seen. I think with it being a refresh, it ironically lowers my excitement a little bit, if I'm honest with you. It's what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a Xenoblade Chronicles 4. I was expecting them to do something a bit newer and a bit like a bit of a reboot. It was about time. I think 3 left it in a good place.
Yeah, 3 was the end of the Klaus shenanigans.
Yeah. But also I am sitting there and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But so a teaser, I'm just like, okay, we're in unknown territory again. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. I'm interested. I'm assuming the pink-haired girl is the protagonist and that we're getting a female protagonist properly for the first time, which is great because I was a big kind of proponent for that. I was like, in my head, I'm like, I love Noah and Mio, but also Mio was strong enough that I feel like they could have led with her equally in that game. So it's like the fact that they are doing a proper female protagonist this time, I'm like, sick.
Yeah,
because
like, for
I'm over
wider series, it's like the first time since Shion in Xenosaga 3, and that was 20 years ago in 2006.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm kind of over it when I'm like, it's like with Xeno 3. I adore Xeno 3. I think it's great. And I love Noah. Noah's my favorite male protagonist of the 3 Xenoblade protagonists. It's not even close. I love him, but also I would run him over with a bus if it meant that Neo would just took that lead even a bit more further, because I'm like, I like, they're both like kind of co-protagonists in it, but it's like Neo
Yeah.
to me was by far more engaging because she had more of an arc. Like Noah has an arc, but it's like the reason I like Noah so much is because spoilers that I won't get into in this podcast. Whereas Mio, I feel like has the more like interesting overall narrative based on the the whole principles of the life and death.
It's
and
always
the 10-year
yeah,
cycle.
it's always funny the way that games will try to present main characters and then a character that's obviously more important than the main character sometimes.
Yeah.
In some ways,
Like
like
a-
Final Fantasy X has that problem.
Yeah,
where
Titus and
Titus
Yuno.
claims that it's his story, but it's absolutely Yuna's story, and
Mm-hmm.
Titus doesn't matter.
It also just feels very 20. It just feels very like it feels very of the time, where a lot of the games were doing that, where it's like, oh, there's a male and a female protagonist, and I don't think this is a monolith thing. I think they just wanted 2 protagonists for Xeno 3, which I think is cool, but.
Yeah.
A lot of my brain assumes like that a lot of the time when it's like a Ubisoft that's doing this, or it's another like a Western AAA developer, where it's just we don't have confidence that we don't have confidence that sexists aren't gonna like playing as a female protagonist, so we're gonna have a male one there as well, and just kind of vibe with it. And I'm just like sitting there going like, just have more confidence in yourself. And like the same with her, like for the most part, Xenoblade is one of the few JRPG franchises where a lot of their female writing doesn't make me want to fucking pull my eyeballs out. So I'm actually kind of optimistic. 'Cause like I say, I think Mio's really well done. I might not agree with the objectivity of Pyra and Mithra, but I think they're beautifully written characters. And same goes for Melia and Fiora in Xeno 1. It's like I think they are really good at writing female characters, so I think a JRPG from them with a female protagonist is pretty sick. But yeah, it's like one of those things, Kyle. I'll wait. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna be happy. I'm sure there'll be a sick and twisted reference to Xenoblade at some point. They could have. It's interesting because it's like a lot of people are sitting there going, "Oh, but in Japan they don't have chronicles and stuff like that." I'm like, there's a point where you've got to put your business hat on. Xenoblade is the franchise now. Like, that is the name.
Yeah.
People are going to sit there and they're going to go, but there were Xeno games before. I'm like, yeah, but for most normal people, Xenoblade is the franchise.
Normal people, he says, describing Xenoblade fans.
No, I mean, I meant for like in a Nintendo Direct, when they see this, if this game was called like, I don't know, like, Xeno Crisis,
Saga,
or
Genesis.
something like that. I knew, like, Xeno Genesis or something. Most normal people would get confused more than understand that. Whereas at least, if someone sees Xenoblade Genesis and it's like, it's a new beginning, there'll at least be a couple of people that are like, oh, well, I've wanted to get into it, but, I didn't know where to start or where the thing is. I'll give it a try now. I think people are reading too much into it. I think if there's anything, there'll be a couple of hints and references or something like, I can't say that because it's a spoiler for the end of 3, but
or
something,
just the shoe will completely drop.
yeah, or the shoe will drop at the end and there's a space station like in the other ones, like, you know what I mean, like that's the shoe will either drop or it'll be,
I feel like either way it's going to be completely enjoyable on its own.
If I was a betting man, Kyle, my assumption would be that this is the world created after everything that happened, would be my guess, if that was going to be the link that they were going for. But even then, with the name Genesis, I'm also like, for all I know, it could be a prequel. Who cares? I'll just play it when it comes out and
Who
find
fucking
out.
knows, dog?
I'll just find out. I think the
Like, you could
circular
speculate
world is
forever.
interesting, though. I think that's an interesting kind of concept. I don't know. Monolith.
Yeah, the Dyson sphere.
Yeah, Monolith are wizards when it comes to making interesting world designs. Like, I always find them fascinating the way that they go about it, right?
Dude, I'll always love that picture where, like, they modeled the Bionis and the Mechonis in their office.
Yeah.
To understand how their worlds would work. I just think that's super fucking cool.
Yeah, or just, like, the idea where it was, like, how the whole basis of Xenoblade 3's world was always based on the idea of the sword
of an Ouroboros.
Yeah, the sword going through, what was it? Was it Uriah or something like that? It was like
sword mod. Yeah,
it was like the whole concept of the world came from the idea is ever since they started making 2, They were like, if we ever do a 3, we know that it's going to be the Mechonis sword stabbing like Uriah through the fucking throat. And I'm like, that's metal as fuck. I appreciate that.
That's
good.
metal.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, never again. It's like Capcom. Never doubt Monolith. It'll be a good game.
that's true.
Honestly, yeah.
But we'll see. The fantasy elements are a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. I still associate
It's-
Xenoblade with
I was
tech
a little
bit more.
thrown off by everyone looking like they were out of Fire Emblem instead
Yeah.
of being a Xenoblade looking thing, but
It's a new
like-
character artist. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Is
you'll-
it's a new character artist.
it's
so
one
you
of those
gotta-
things where you'll get used to it, I'm sure.
2 and 3 had the same character artist, and this is a new person. So it's like there's gonna be that shift. There's gonna be that dynamic change. I think the game looks very pretty. That's the one thing that I was looking at. I was like, the world's. Of course, you've got people nitpicking about textures in the background. I'm like, get a fucking grip. Again, Nintendo fans, you've been playing on a potato for a decade. You can live with graphics, okay? Calm down.
Bro, if you watch the trailer again, you can see the file name in the bottom left corner. The trailer ain't perfect.
I think it's an early. I think that you've still got a
If
year
you
of
watch it a
dev to
third
go.
time and check the top right corner, you can see the finger pointing at you, calling you a loser for checking so much too.
True. But yeah, I think it's interesting. We'll see. I'm more excited for this than I am like. It's probably like. It's my most anticipated new release for Switch 2 now, going into it, where it's like they're doing a good job of keeping me on the carrot on the stick. You know what I mean? Where it's like, look, you got Tomodachi Life coming out. Okay, Tomodachi Life's out, mate. What have you got for me now? It's like, okay, Fire Emblem's coming out. I'm like, yeah, but that's not hitting. Okay, here's Xenoblade. I'm like, okay, you still got me for a little bit. Like they're doing it enough. Like the carrot's still there. They're not doing it for normal people because normal people are like, where's my Mario? Where's my Smash Bros? Where's my actual Zelda? Like that's what they are like. But for me, I'm like, for someone who plays more than the big 3, I'm like, I'm perfectly fine living in this world. I'm fine with this. As long as you don't announce a Pikmin, we're chill. We're chill.
With Star Fox, you're already on thin ice.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's a variable pricing one. That's the only reason I'm chill with the Star Fox thing. They still look weird though. Well, we've still got to get to that, right? Let's keep moving. Look, bloody hell, how far are we into this podcast? Let's get this ball rolling. Jesus wept. We are going. Hunter's had enough.
Hunter just left.
Well,
he's fucking gone, dude.
He doesn't care
he saw
about thumb
RuneScape
wrestling.
and he's
He
like,
doesn't-
I'm
he
out.
doesn't care
I
about-
can't
yeah, he
do this
doesn't
a
care about
12th
thumb
time.
wrestling. We got thumb wrestling first, Carl. We got thumb wrestling. We got to talk about Nintendo Switch Sports
Resort.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a video game.
I think if there was a game that they could have delayed to next year, I think this is actually the one that I would have delayed a little bit. I think October's a bad date for this. If I'm being honest with you, I think it'll do all right with families, but I think that, for a mainstream appeal, like, say what you want about the original Switch Sports. I thought the original Switch Sports was pretty dog shit. But it came out at a really good time where people were talking about it and people bought it. Whereas this one looks like the better game, similar to how Wii Sports Resort is the better game to Wii Sports. But
Yeah.
it's coming out at a time where I don't know if I'll pick it up because I'm like, I'll have already be indebted to September. Never mind, everything else. I think this is the game they should have made originally when they did the first Switch Sports, if I'm being real with you, because it's like, look at the value
probably, yeah.
proposition. It's like literally a couple of years ago, like 2023, wasn't it? It was the same year as 22. It was the same year as Xenoblade. It was like, oh, you get 5 sports for $60, and this one's like, you get 12 sports for the same price, and I'm like, hang on, where's the value proposition gone here? Like, what the heck? So you're telling me, you're telling me inflation, you're telling me inflation's abysmal, but now my $60 is worth double the sports. What are we doing here? Like, what the hell is this? I think it looks fine. Like, it was one of those ones where I was like, yeah, cool, and it's it's got all the classics. It's weird, right? It's just Switch Sports again, but with an extra couple of sports. And they're like, cool, whatever. I still think the sports mates are like fucking weird. I still don't like them. I still don't jive with these PG me looking asses. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't trust them. I commend the bit though. I commend the bit for just changing it to Switch Sports and using the exact same subtitle for the sequel and using Woohoo Island again. I do commit. I like the commitment to the bit. I really do.
Yeah.
They're really they're really gunning for like that, like our age, right? Like our nostalgia for us as a kid is like, yeah, did you play Wii Sports Resort? Look, here it is again, but with shitty sports mates, and maybe a child will enjoy this game. I'm like, sick. Have fun with
I
that.
liked the original Wii Sports Resort. I thought it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Just as far as minigame compilations go.
I like I
The
say,
sword fighting was a ton of fun.
I think this game will be miles better than Switch Sports. I think this is like this is one of those ones
Absolutely.
where I'm like, listen, if you actually do like these kinds of games, this one is probably a good game to pick up. It's probably a good value proposition. You're probably better off picking up this than like Mario Tennis, whatever. Do you remember that came out this year,
Probably,
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen?
Came
Like,
out
my
with
God.
a $70 price tag.
God rest it.
Diabolical.
God rest
Sounds
it.
like a fake video game.
I can't. Yeah, we didn't mention as well. Fire Emblem's 80, which is ridiculous. I think we mentioned it earlier a little bit, but my
We
God,
mentioned
$80.
it at some point in the chatter.
I also, I'll put the bet in right now that Xenoblade will also be $80. I'll put that bet in right now. The niche JRPGs they will put at $80 because they know the sickos who care like me and Kyle will buy them. So it's like they will probably do that.
Do you think the retailers undercut it at any point?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I hope so. I am a sicko that
I
will
know.
buy it for 80.
Amazon's
but I hope I'm
already
not.
doing. Amazon's already doing the thing for Fire Emblem where it'd be like you can get the thing for 70 until it actually comes out.
Oh, well, there you go then. Yeah, there you go. Godspeed. But yeah, Nintendo Switch Sports out October, which weird date for a Switch Sports game, but hey ho.
Dude, they could have thrown that at any day they wanted.
They could have
really,
done that
I think.
August. They could have done that August.
Yeah, August. Honestly, that'd be one I wouldn't be shocked to see go to die in December.
Yeah. Anyway,
That could have been a good holiday game, actually, thinking about it.
it's the Ocarina. Ocarina's got Zelda always takes November most of the time. Like, you know, like the Zelda remakes always live in November land, so it's like or the 2D Zelda.
Ocarina
you know,
of Time was
the
originally
smaller,
November, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the smaller, like until Breath of the Wild, like Zelda games used to live in like November time. Like that used to be their time.
It was
So
like
it's
slam dunk birthday present.
Yeah, every single
one was
time.
coming out for me.
So it's a hard
Good
year
for you. I was born in June.
Oh, sucks to suck. You got summer break. I got Zelda. Life's hard.
Speaking of fucking off the RuneScape, anyway, you know, like,
I got nothing to say, dog. This
Yeah,
showed
get
up
in
in
the bin,
every
bro.
fucking show, and
that
I'm
and
sick
Hello
of
Kitty
it.
Party Line can get in the bin, the pair of them, right? There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
Star
nothing
Fox
to say.
is coming out. Did anyone play the demo?
No.
Cool. It still looks weird, doesn't it? Anyway, moving on.
Epic.
Things we care about. Final Fantasy Resonance. Kyle, off
Sup?
you go. What's Resonance?
I thought this was actually really cool. So it's an HD 2D sort of remake of a defunct mobile game that Square Enix had at one point called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And I think it's cool that it's getting a second life as just like an actual fucking video game.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler 0 came out recently. And that was similar situation based on whatever the Octopath mobile game was called. And 0 was fucking fantastic, so I have a lot of faith in the team to make Final Fantasy Resonance good. Also, I've already got my pre-order in.
Yeah. Of course you do.
I was into it until they had the guy summon Cloud at the end.
Yeah,
And then I was
that's just,
like, well,
tying
now
in the
this-
mobile game.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, now this
Now we're
smacks of
going
that
into
Fire
Fire
Emblem game.
yeah, Echoes territory. Yeah. You gotta hope that like it's more like, you know, you gotta assume that, or hope at least, that it's a bit more less echoes and more like, you know, just a normal summon in Final Fantasy where you can just like, yeah, you bring them out, you go,
Yeah.
thanks for the help, get back in your fucking ball.
From what I understand, it's like I think it's, from what I've seen, it works kind of like the Esper system from Final Fantasy VI, where you have them equipped, and as you have them equipped, you learn
so you
moves
equip
from
Cloud to learn
them.
Omni Slash, amazing.
From
I
my
love Omni
understanding,
Slash,
anyways.
dude. I can't wait to learn fucking thrusting whatever for the 17th time again, bro. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Third time's the charm, dude. Cloud, maybe this time you properly will remember cross slash. Fingers crossed, buddy. Fingers crossed. Third time's the charm, mate. Third time's the charm.
Memory
dude, you don't
issues
wanna
is
level up
Cloud's
your
defining
materia again?
characteristic. Give him a break.
Dude, I don't know. As someone who has fully learned everything like move wise in both of the Final Fantasy remakes so far, I wouldn't hurt if they were like, "Have you done this before? Do you have a save? Please." I don't want to use every move 16 times again just to fucking use thrust again. Like, come on.
Dude, my kingdom to have a fucking save transfer between
do you know
part
what my
2 and part 3.
Do you know what my do you know what my big like PS again, I hate using like PS, my big PS6 dream is, you know, they're like, this is it. This is like, you know, this is it. Then they go away for a couple of years, and when the PS6 finally does come out, they go, hey, how about one more ride? But this time we have literally put it all together. Like, they literally are just like, yeah, one package and the save transfers over. And I'm like, you've got me again, Nomura. You still haven't made
Kingdom Hearts
You
mode.
still haven't made Kingdom Hearts 4, but you know what? We've now got it all as one save. I'll take it. It wouldn't surprise me. They're sickos. They love re-releasing this shit. They will probably do something like that at some point.
Oh, absolutely. It's Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
They're milking this dead
One
horse
more
forever.
run.
Yeah.
One
There will be
more
a
run.
package that has all 3 parts. There will be a following package that has all 3 parts and Crisis Core.
True. I feel like, yeah. They've added like all these cheat menus and stuff. I'm sure they'll be like, we've made one more part where we've like limited it to like level 1 through 30 as part 1, 30 through 60 as part 2, 60 through 90 as part 3, and you can actually play it properly like a normal fucking video game. That'll be 300 hours long because fuck me, it just never ends.
Just play it like you could back in 1997, dog.
Yeah, just change the disc, bro. Just change the disc. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just change the
install
disc and install
another
another
200
300
on your
gigabytes.
game.
Yeah, dude, yeah. But no, it's out in October. Oh no, that's Switch Sports Date. You got to pick between Final Fantasy and Switch Sports. Oopsie.
Dog. How am I going to choose?
It's pretty easy, actually. Anyway.
It is. I already have my pre-order in for one of them.
Next up, guys. What's up next? There's a couple more small things.
Yeah, some schlock.
Yeah.
Piku Niku 2.
Thank God.
I don't
Game
remember
of the
this.
show. Game of the show. Everyone remembers Piku Niku 2.
Dude, I don't remember this either. It looks like you sneezed while trying to type Pikachu.
Yeah, just to be fair.
Valid.
Damn it.
Dragon Quest Monsters.
It's the yearly Dragon Quest spin-off that people don't care about.
Well, they've restarted development of 12, so you know you've got another 6 years before that bad boy gets here. Yeah.
Dragon Quest 12 waiting room.
Yeah.
And then we got another look at the Dusk Bloods.
Yeah.
This is not Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's Bloodborne at home. It's the multiplayer Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's the multiplayer Bloodborne with another trailer that's worse than the first one.
Yeah,
because it was just like these were barely not static images.
Yeah.
It's one of those
and
things,
they didn't even have
though.
a window.
You go, girl, give us nothing.
It's one of those things, though, where it's like they're doing the closed network test, which to me screams that this game is going to be spring 2027. Hear me out, guys.
Yeah.
February's looking pretty cool right now.
God damn it.
Dude, if it was going everywhere, like if this wasn't specifically a Switch game, I wouldn't even really, because at this point, FromSoft people are, damaged in such a way that it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? Is closed network tests will be happening. Cool, whatever. They're happening in 2026, which is in summer 2026 even, so that's fine. But yeah, I think this is going to end up being January, February of next year. I think it's just going to slip out of that 2026 window by a little bit. But I'm pretty confident it's not that far away because Elden Ring Night Rain was also doing like closed network tests like 6 months out. So it's on track as much as it can be. I'm not interested though. Like that's the thing is like I'm really not that interested.
Nah.
Like I between the two of them that they were showing at the time, between Night Rain and this one, I was more interested in this one just by vibes, but like not enough to play it.
I think it's because it's the PvP part of it. It's something like Night Rain. Godspeed if you like Night Rain. I genuinely think Night Rain is one of the most boring video games ever made. Because it's like Elden Ring with steps, and it's like Elden Ring already had enough steps. I just want to fight the thing, and I want to fight.
There was
the
a
thing
step
with,
around every corner.
There was something around every corner. But like this was at least a bit more interesting because like, oh, if 8 people are in a world or whatever, and you're like building up your power to at least fight to the death, I can see that being an entertaining. Like I can understand from Soul fans, finding that an interesting concept. The idea of being in a world and having to big yourself up, level yourself up so that you can be the last one standing sounds like a more interesting concept than 3 of you and your mates run around a mini Elden Ring for 30 minutes in the hope of fighting a boss. Like,
Yeah.
at least I get that a little bit more. Not enough to play it, and also it's on Switch too. God help us. Good.
Yeah,
Could
it's
you
not
imagine
like
playing with
FromSoft has
Joy-Cons on
ever
that bad
been-
boy? Yeah.
Oh my god, the Joy-Con mouse mode.
The
on a
Joy-Con mouse,
FromSoft
that's the
game.
only way to play it. But yeah, like that. Also, my problem with FromSoft is, yeah, that game, like Elden Ring was fucking shit on PS5 at launch. You think this is gonna be okay on Switch 2 at launch? I don't know. I don't trust them. I'm sure it'll be good. I just don't think
Yeah.
it'll be for me.
I kind of wish FromSoft would just put like a proper multiplayer mode into their video games.
Yeah,
This
Instead of
feels-
having to do
do
multiplayer
the
with
rain
steps.
dance to be able to
Yeah, dude.
bring your people
It-
in for
Have
a
Mercury
boss.
in retrograde.
This
yeah.
feels like the multiplayer mode that Bloodborne 2 should have had when they made it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it kind of feels
Yeah, yeah.
like.
Like if
Um,
Bloodborne 2 came out in the PS3 era where they were
Yeah.
doing unnecessary multiplayer modes all the time, it's what this would have been.
yeah,
And there would have been like 24 people who loved it.
totally. Where are we at? What's next?
Splatin Raiders.
This is
A
video
game that I just learned existed.
This game's had a weird announcement cycle. It was announced on Nintendo Today at one point. It hasn't. I think this is its first direct appearance because I think it's only shown up on Nintendo Today in trailers. That's probably why you've missed it, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's just a single player Splatoon game. It's literally just a like mixture of the Salmon Run concepts and the normal Splatoon campaign and like a hybrid thing to turn it into like this. It looks interesting enough. I'll probably play it because I think the Splatoon single player modes are actually rather good for the most part. So
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to play another one of those. But
It's not like the multiplayer has captured the feeling since 1.
yeah, whereas
Yeah.
like I think that the Splatoon campaigns have gotten progressively better as they've gone, so I'm a bit more optimistic on it. But also I do think it's a bit weird. It's a weird one, right? Where it's a bit cheaper again, but it's weird that they're just doing. It's almost as if they know that the fatigue on Splatoon multiplayer is real, and they're like, "Yeah, I guess we'll just do this because it's a bit early for Splatoon 4," which it is. I think they'd be taking the piss if they were releasing the Splatoon
Yeah.
4 right
I'm
now.
glad they decided to learn from Switch 2 or the Splatoon 2 and pump the brakes on jumping in
It
year
also-
1 with.
It also wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me though if Splatoon 4 is 2027. They're the kind of company
Oh
where it
my
wouldn't surprise
God.
me. You know what I mean? Where they're just like, "Yeah, more to Splatoon." I'm like, "Flippin' leave me alone."
Dude, I think
This is-
2028 is like the earliest a reasonable person should consider putting that out. And even then, that's like
100% agree.
even then, it's like you keep it longer if you want.
Yeah. I should be in my 30s when Splatoon comes back. That's where I am at mentally. I'm like, I'm like, yeah.
I like the dichotomy here. Ethan having an existential crisis about turning 30 before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, but he can
happy
wait
with
until.
Splatoon. Splatoon can stay. You know, here's the thing, Hunter.
We don't need that yet.
Here's the thing. It's like, yeah, before 30, I'm like seeing a new Kingdom Hearts trailer in 2026. So you're telling me there's a chance? There's a chance. It's back on the table. It's back on the table. You're telling me there's a chance? It's like Persona 6 now. I'm like, there's a chance. There's a chance I still get a new Persona game in my 20s. There's still a chance. If it hits that October date, Hunter, if it hits that October date, we're thriving. Absolute cinema. Anyway, here's one for the hunters
After
out there, guys. The hunter,
Yeah.
I have a Deltarune chapter, mate.
Deltarune.
Chapter
Oh,
5 is
yeah.
waiting. Chapter 5 is waiting,
Yeah.
Hunter.
Give me something to do when I'm done with Star Fox, or maybe the day before. I don't remember.
This is
But,
the day before
yeah.
Star Fox.
Whatever. Star Fox will be like a halftime show for this, I suppose.
I want to put
But-
Deltarune not being finished before I'm 30 as another one of those kind of like things where I'm just like, what the fuck's happened? You know what I mean? Like, all my love to Toby Fox, but also
He's just a silly guy.
he's just a silly guy. But also, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, really? We're still not done. Like, I don't know.
What are
I'm
we
just
doing?
I'm like, there's still 2 more chapters. There's still 2 more.
Credit to him. It said at the end of chapter 4 that chapter 5 would be coming this year, and it has happened.
Yeah, and I'm hoping chapter 5 ends with see you next year for another one, because I don't think we
Yeah.
can do a 2-year gap anymore.
Yeah.
At this point, I am fully committed. By the way, I'm never playing this game until like I'll play it when it comes out. Like I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed to this thing will be done when I play it. Right? I've waited long enough. This is like the remake trilogy where I was like, maybe I'll play the original before. No, I'm committed to this bit now. I will wait till it's all out and then I'll play it like a normal person. But it's weird because I think that
I'm
Deltarune's
not
got
sure that normal people play Deltarune.
yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with that. But yeah, it's one of those weird ones, right? Where I feel like almost I think the cycle around Deltarune will be more important than actual Deltarune, if that makes sense. Where it's like I think that the people who are really big into it and have been playing it as it goes, I think they will have the better experience in the end. I genuinely do, because I think they have committed and they, the years of speculation and stuff like that, I think it really helps a community like this. It's why, like, back in the day, like, episodic Telltale games, as much as it was annoying to wait for, like, unknown amounts of time, the gaps in the discussion was actually part of, like, what made the magic happen for a lot of those games, where it was like, what do you think about this and this? And people talking to each other instead of just having the whole thing in one go. People did like having those conversations. So, we'll see. I'm sure I'm just going to play it and I'm like, it's like Undertale, it's all right, innit?
Yeah.
Chapter 5 is waiting, Hunter. Chapter 5 is waiting.
I'm eager to
The
play
dog was
it.
a plant this time. He'll get you every time. Who knows where he'll be next time?
Who knows?
Who knows?
There was one time, innocuous time in Deltarune where he just manslaughters you. You take a wrong turn and suddenly he just runs you over.
Oh,
It's
hell yeah, bro.
amazing.
Godspeed. Maybe I should play it now. Now you've convinced me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was manslaughter in Deltarune. That's sick. I'll give it a second thought. Maybe I'll join the bandwagon. Maybe chapter 5 is waiting for me, dude. Maybe.
June 24th, lock in.
That's a week away. I don't know about that. What's next?
Something that's not a week away. Metaphor Fantasio got a Switch 2 version.
I think we
You're
can
right,
now
that's because it was
confirm.
2 years ago.
I think this is also confirmation, ladies and gentlemen, that we're not getting a royal, a golden for Metaphor. I think this is it,
Nope.
which I'm happy
Yeah.
about. I think that.
I don't think there's.
I don't know if I
anything
had that in me.
Yeah,
I don't think it
definitely
needs
didn't.
one.
I don't think it needs one either. People are sitting there going, they cut a bit out. I'm like, thank God. They should have cut some more. Am I right, fellow gamers? Well, hey, get that fucking shit. Get that shit temple
Like, unless
dungeon out
that
of my
cut
video
content is
game.
replacing the dungeon on the island in the middle, I don't care.
Get rid of that entry and I'll just see bollocks, dude. Get it out of my video game, dude. I do not
hate
care
that
about the
place.
pink goo. I do not care about these goo motherfuckers ruining my good time. What an absolute dog shit fucking game. I liked it, really. It's just like, it's funny how one section of a video game could just change your opinion so drastically. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
Yeah.
the bit before it, I'm like, I'm starting to see the vision. I'm starting to see why people do enjoy Metaphor. And then I
I
got
think
to
it
that
has a
bit and I
really
was like,
strong
you're
start
getting,
too.
yeah, get in the bin, mate. Get in the bin. What are we talking about? Goofy ass bit. But it's here on Switch too. Sick. I love how Atlas is like, oh, guys, I think our games would do really well on Switch. Like, I think that Persona would be like, it might even be Persona's like biggest platform if we released it day and date. And Atlas is like, yeah, 2.5 years. We'll wait 2.5 years, then you can have it. Yeah. Persona 4 Revival, we'll see you in like 2.5 years. I'm like, why is Persona not day and date? That is ridiculous to me. Kingdom Hearts is doing it, and that game doesn't exist. They're making false promises.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at least they're committing to the false promises, you know what I mean, Hunter? At least they're committing. Not like these chuckle fucks. You're telling me Revival can't run on fucking Switch too? Ugh. Anyway, Minecraft's also coming. Whoop-de-doo, bro. Like,
What?
You're either 8 years old or you're 35. Get a new video game. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Oh my god, summarized Minecraft and Pokemon fans.
repeat that next year. Repeat that next year for Wind and Waves. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Will do.
Anyway, and then you got a sizzle reel. Is there anything interesting in
for all
sizzle
the-
reel? No.
For all the shit they couldn't bother to show.
Yeah, and there's not really anything interesting, right? Like, you just got, like, master collections coming for Metal Gear that we already knew about, and Tomb Raider's got... Rise of the Tomb Raider was just shadow dropped. Like, okay, cool, you do you, bestie.
Yeah, that's whack.
You do you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And there was
Seeing
something that
Metal
only
Gear
was shown in the
Solid and a
JP
Nintendo
Direct. What?
thing
We
will-
didn't get an exclusive? We missed an exclusive. What? Sorry, what was that, Hunter?
Oh, I was saying that seeing Metal Gear Solid at a Nintendo thing will never not be weird to me, but
Nah, it's fine. It'll run like shit anyway. We know it's Konami. What was the Japanese exclusive, Kyle?
Yeah, we had in the Japanese Direct, they actually showed a full trailer for a new Atelier game.
Yeah.
Which
Nice.
is a sequel to
Rising?
Atelier Yumiya, which
Oh,
came
Yumiya.
out last year.
Okay.
So,
Godspeed.
unfortunately, it just got shoved into a sizzle reel for us, but
Do you know
I'm
what
excited for
this
it.
was the point when the sizzle reel ended, Hunter. This was where, God rest it, I think the dreams of Danganronpa this year are over. I think this was where I
I
was
think
like,
so. Yeah, I don't think Danganronpa's out this year.
I was like, God rest it, dude. Rest in peace, Danganronpa, and we will not miss you.
Like, I think the death knell is like if you hit September and they still haven't said anything,
Mm-hmm.
that's like for sure done.
Well, I thought this was it. Like directs, like that's the kind of slop I expected in Nintendo Direct. I was expecting another Danganronpa trailer here, and I was like, oh, not even in the
Yeah.
sizzle reel. Wow, we're cooked, bro. But you know what,
I don't know,
Hunter?
like,
2026
Danganronpa is prime
November.
partner direct fodder.
That is true. That is
Mhm.
also true. And you know what
So
I'm
when
saying?
they do one of
I
those
think
in like 5 weeks,
Paul's looking a bit busy anyway. You know, stick it in February
Yeah.
where it belongs. Get it in February. Anyone in February? Oh, fucking hell. Danganronpa would put it in February as well, just to fucking piss me off. To be honest, that would be a war crime.
They would.
Anyway, there's a sizzle reel. There's a load of stuff there. Who cares? Final Fantasy 14. You know, the usual. If you want, there you go.
It's not even released, it's just early access. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It's a weird one, right? I don't know. I think
Well,
Godspeed.
Also, I think on Switch you have to pay like the extra subscription. There's like an extra fee on top of it. So,
ouch.
because I think it's like, because you on PlayStation, if you're just on the free version, you don't have to pay for PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
But on Switch, you would have to pay for the Nintendo Online. So there's
Yeah.
like that extra fee on top of it. So it's weird. I don't know. If you wanted to play Final Fantasy 14, you can already play it somewhere else, I'm sure.
Yeah, or if you want to play it on Switch,
You probably
too.
have a machine that can run it.
And if you want to play it on Switch too, I also feel like, you know, if you're that committed, then just commit to the bit full force, you know what I mean? I don't think if you're already playing
Yeah,
Final
play
Fantasy
it in
14
handheld
somewhere else, I think it's like, yeah, you don't need to pay an extra subscription just to play it on a handheld, bro. Like, at this point, you probably should have
Yeah.
committed to a Steam Deck before they went up to like £6 billion, and that's your fault. You've had chances to play this game portable. You're MMO sickos. You already know what to fucking do. You already play it anyway. You only got one game. You're
This
fine.
game's 12 years old, dog.
Yeah, you're fine.
If you wanted to play it, you would have already.
Yeah, you're fine. Right. An ultimate.
Speaking of games you've probably played if you wanted to already, Kingdom Hearts Collection.
Oh, thank God. man.
Again.
Thank God. You know, I almost for a second thought that they had run out of ways to sell these flipping games to you again for the 27th time. Thank God they found another way, you know? Thank God. And thank God they also realized as they do this for Switch native, like Switch 2 natively, they were also like, hang on, we haven't done a double dip for a PS5 native version yet, so let's do that as well. I'm like, you sick fucks, stop selling these games again. Like, yeah, who's gonna sit there and go, oh, you know what? I love Kingdom Hearts, mate, but the PS4 version isn't doing it for me. I need it in 4K instead of 1080p. I'm like, who asked? Like, genuinely, who asked? Godspeed. To be fair, if there's a PS5 version of Kingdom Hearts 3, that will be like, okay, fair enough, because that game, again, does have a bit of a Xenoblade 2 syndrome where the FPS just kind of is a bit dog shit. So that one I'll be like, yeah, fair enough. That one I respect. But I mean, if you're buying Kingdom Hearts 1 again on PS5, you kind of need sectioning a little bit. I think.
You need help.
I think you need a little bit of help, just a tiny bit of help. But yeah, it's all of them, right? Native for Switch 2, and then I think 1.5 and 2.5 are on Switch 1. Turns out they could run it that bit.
Yeah.
Who would have
You just
guessed?
had to try a little harder.
Just had to try a little harder.
Yeah, they're not cloud versions anymore.
But I mean, this is good for Kingdom Hearts. Like, if you're not like, again, I think Nintendo's the best platform for Kingdom Hearts, really, because it's where the 8-year-olds are. So it's like, get a new generation of wonderful Kingdom Hearts fans in the mix, I guess, or don't. It's your choice.
The 8-year-olds can start now, and they'll be,
they'll be 25 when
15.
Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll be 15 by the time they've finished the series and still have a couple years to wait.
Yeah.
I say graduated, but
Yeah,
go team.
The never-ending story. It's the never-ending journey of Kingdom Hearts. I think, this was something we expected. We expected Kingdom Hearts to come to Switch too. Like, this was something that we were always like expecting. It was a bit weird though when I was like, I remember when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, they're not going to show Kingdom Hearts 4 though. Surely not at a Nintendo Direct, and surely not at this Nintendo Direct. It didn't feel like, they weren't like, is it that big of a deal for this Nintendo Direct to show Kingdom Hearts 4? But they did. Is this our first look since the reveal trailer? I know we've had some screenshots here and there, but is this our actual second look at it?
Our first, yeah.
This is the first proper, see him do stuff.
Our second showing of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'll happily say, Hunter, it's keeping with tradition. The second trailer was worse than the first one. The first one gave me a little bit more of an actual reason for existing a little bit. I think what my disappointment with this is it genuinely was just a repeat of the first one, just with a newer build. And I was like, bro, you're telling me that it's been 4 years since you've shown this game, and you were like, you know what they want to see again? They want to see you fight the same blooming baddie in what is it? What's this place called? Flipping
Quadratum.
Yeah, it's Quadratum, isn't it? But I was just like, oh, cool.
Technically correct, Hunter.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. It kind of exists. That's cool, I guess.
Running on that Elder Scrolls 6 schedule.
Dude, I didn't believe that post when it said that Elder Scrolls 6 was announced 8 years ago.
They announced it back to back with Starfield. It was
2018. Yeah, it was 2018. I remember it.
I thought it was only 4 or 5 years ago.
No, it was the same year as.
They haven't showed you hide nor hair of it since then either.
To put it into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not remember, it was the same year that they announced Fallout 76. That was the exact same year. It was all the same show. The reason they announced both Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 was because of Fallout 76, because they didn't want people to think that they were going all in on games as a service. Joke's on them. They will make single player games just once a decade. So you showed them, dude. But yeah, what did you think of this Kingdom Hearts trailer, Kyle? How are you feeling?
Honestly, kind of like the rest of these second trailers, it didn't really move the needle on my excitement. Because, I'm a lifetime Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, totally.
I have no choice. It's in my contract.
Same now, dude. I'm on the spectrum now. I'm on there. I'm you know what I mean? It's too late now. Unfortunately, I played Kingdom Hearts when I had just turned 19 years old, so it was I was young enough now that it's still young enough where it's I guess I'm gonna keep on going, keep on keeping on Nomura's wild ride, I guess, especially when it's once a decade. It's fair enough, I guess. I can spend 30 hours once a decade. I'll live.
Yeah, but it didn't really feel like it was showing anything new.
It showed fucking nothing. That's why I was annoyed. I was magic in the making. What, same fucking level? 5 years? That's the magic you were making?
Not even any new information
gameplay,
either.
It a lot more of Kingdom Hearts 3, which I wasn't too jazzed on.
I mean, it was always going to look a bit like Kingdom Hearts 3. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
I think that it's I think what this game needs is, it was always going to look like Kingdom Hearts 3. I think what it needs is a bit more Disney. and so far they've not shown any of that, which is like the big kind of, because my problem with Kingdom Hearts 3 was always the Disney stuff that they did do in Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually very good. Like I still sit there and I'm like, you know, even worlds that I shouldn't really care about that much in Kingdom Hearts 3, I actually had a really good time with. Where it's like, hey, you know,
Every world apart from Frozen was really good.
yeah. And even then, the audacity of having Sora and Goofy and Donald in the background of fucking Let It Go was funny enough, where I was literally like, hey, the world's shit, but the banter is you know, pretty majestic there. I'm appreciating that. But I think the problem is like Kingdom Hearts 3 is like it's a story of two games where it's like you've got all the Disney stuff where I'm like, this is great, I'm having a great time, and then it just like you get to that second half and it's just all fucking Keyblade Graveyard, and it's just like all just kind of, it just goes on and on and on and on and drags, and it's fun for like, you know, the Kingdom Hearts sickos who have kept up with the lore, but for everybody else, you just like, get to the fucking point, mate. I like, can we go back to a Disney world? I think it's still baffling that that game just decides to stop being a Disney game like 60% of the way through. It's just like, hang on, like let's just stop that. And this game has not yet to show a Disney world.
This time it's gonna be
it's all quadratic, dude. It's all quadratic.
Yeah, it's gonna go the reverse where you don't get Disney until the last 30% of the game.
I genuinely think that you will not get Disney
and
until
even then
like
it's just
10
going
hours
back
in.
to Olympus.
Yeah, that's all we know.
God.
That's all we know. That's all we've got confirmation on. It's bloody Olympus again. Like, yeah.
Sheen, this is the 5th week in a row you've shown Olympus Coliseum.
Which is funny because when they originally announced this game, they at least gave us like, you know, a glimpses of what looked to be a Star Wars world.
Yeah, you saw the idea of an AT-AT stepping on something.
So, you know, I was expecting at least like the next time we see it to get a little bit of a teaser of one of the Disney worlds. Like at least a little bit of Star Wars or something like that. So it's interesting, right? And maybe they're just waiting for, like I say, once this big push has happened, once Kingdom Hearts is on Switch, maybe that's when they'll start. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I hope we get the Final Fantasy VII release date before Game Awards Hunter. It might not be, I don't know. But if we have got the Final Fantasy VII date before Game Awards, it wouldn't surprise me if they start trickling now more Kingdom Hearts. I've always been under the impression that once the break was over, the break would be over. Where it's like once you've opened the bottle again, I feel like,
you know, I thought so too, but this trailer kind of unconvinces me of that
a little
in
bit.
a way.
A little bit.
Like they show up,
yeah.
show you the same thing we've been seeing, and give you zero information aside from it will also be on Nintendo. Thanks for that.
But also it looks like there was a couple of listings for the whatever it's called. What's this version of the Kingdom Hearts? It's not the Integrum Masterpiece Collection anymore. What is it called now? What's the new name
cares,
for it?
dude?
1 through 3 looks like 4 because it's in brackets collection, something like that. But on a lot of what I find very interesting is, you know, on a lot of some people pointed out that on a lot of the descriptions when they went up for pre-order in America specifically, like on Best Buy, Target, etc., they all came with the same description. Usually, you know, sometimes you have description errors, and that's usually because some guy at Target wrote the description because there wasn't one made yet, and they all, you know, they'll say shit that doesn't happen. But all these websites had the exact same description, which means that they got it from somewhere, whether it was right or wrong. And it all said something like, catch up on the saga leading up to Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2027. So I'm like, somewhere, someone's put 2027 somewhere, whether it's Square Enix being very optimistic. I do not think for a second this game is coming in 2027. Let me make that abundantly clear. But if the
Maybe
stuff,
it's just 4 leakers sharing the information with each other.
what, Target and Best Buy going, yeah, let's go to 4chan for the description of the thing. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But
this is the same guy who leaked the date for the Splinter Cell remake.
yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't believe that for a second. But also, if that is, play through the full Kingdom Hearts series in one co-processor before the release of Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2027, is what the description was originally from Square Enix that they put on this stuff. And I'm like, I don't believe that for a second. But then I also am like, I wouldn't surprise me if they start marketing it in 2027 for 28. So I'm like, that's probably my guess is. I wouldn't be
I mean, yeah,
surprised.
it is like their next thing. I don't think they'll be showing you Final Fantasy 17 after Final Fantasy 7.
So I don't think it'll be
Mhm.
long. I wouldn't be surprised. We said it before, Hunter. I think there'll be something at Game Awards for Kingdom Hearts. I really do. I think you'll probably see it again because Keely's been after it. He's been hunting that fucker down like it's no one's business. He literally is like I said to you, Infinity Stones, dude. He wants Kingdom Hearts at his show. He's mentioned it before. And Jeff Keighley always gets what he wants. He got Elden Ring. He got Final Fantasy. He'll get what he wants. The selfish little bastard. But yeah. And then we've got one more thing. One more thing, Kyle. One more
Yeah.
cheeky little thing.
Yeah, wrapping up this direct, we got a teaser trailer for the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
They're making a They're remaking Ocarina? Oh my god.
Like, gasp.
Who knew? That's crazy.
Honestly.
There's nothing to say. They showed the fucking intro cutscene. That's it. They showed nothing.
I wish they would have shown more.
Yeah,
know?
this is a real "you go girl, give us nothing" trailer.
Even if they did the first shot, right, of like the zooming through the village, at least something,
Zooming
like I was
through
expecting
the village, showing me just a little bit of inside the Deku tree.
like something.
know,
But now
just-
you just get young Link laying in his bed like Yamcha in the fucking crater.
Yeah, like a Unreal Engine tech demo. It was very weird.
Yeah, dude. It was-
Yeah, I hope that when we actually get to see this,
It's can't
something
be long.
besides,
I was gonna say, it can't be
Yeah.
long.
It's
yeah,
2026 allegedly.
yeah.
It's
Like, I hope when we
November, as far as
actually
we're
do get
aware,
to-
yeah.
When we actually get to see it, I hope that it shows to have more of an art style than the Unreal 5 people on YouTube.
Weird.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because like I don't feel like I don't feel like sounding the alarm bells off of the 30 seconds of the game that you see right here is necessarily a rational thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like people are ringing the alarm bells a bit too early on that. I think that, wait to see how it. We like I say, we don't even know who's making it yet. So it's like just let's wait for some actual gameplay. I think it's wild that they didn't show actual gameplay. Like they should have shown some actual gameplay here, even if it was literally just a little bit of Kakariko or the great Deku Tree. Even just something, just to give people an idea. But I thought, for the most part, I'm like, okay, cool. The only thing that annoyed me a little bit was they're using the new, they're using like and this is again very nitpicky. Not even a Zelda fan, and I'm bringing this up, bro. They're using like the Breath of the Wild like Zelda logo, the like the one with like bits and pieces of it missing because of like Breath of the Wild was like the old abandoned kind of Hyrule vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I find it very weird that the Breath of the Wild Zelda logo has now become like the default Zelda logo. It's very weird to me because I'm like, okay. Like, like, I'm just like, there's no reason for you to have changed it to that for the Ocarina remake, for it to be the Breath of the Wild one. I'm like, it's a bit weird, but you do you, bro, I guess. It seems very weird because, don't know if you've played this game called Ocarina of Time Hunter. It's this little niche game that people may have played.
I can't wait to see if they took the bottom triangle off of the Hylian shield.
Yeah. The fun fact about it, Hyrule's it's all right. It's all right. It's pretty all right. It's there. There's a big field. There's a big fuck off field.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's vibing.
Dude, I can't wait for it to be even bigger
Dude,
in this version.
I hope not. Like, I think Twilight Princess already pushed Hyrule Field as a concept to the edges of its credulity.
It's gonna be filled with
Yeah.
things. It's gonna be filled with things. It's gonna have a motorbike.
There's gonna be something around every corner.
Yeah, something around every corner.
That's what I hear.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's really funny because they're like, yeah, it's supposedly coming this year. I'm like, yeah, it's coming in November. They've put all the other dates out. Every other Nintendo date is gone. So it's like,
Yeah, it's
the
insane
October
to
date gone, the September date gone,
Like,
the
yeah.
December date gone. Why are we playing this game? We know where
by
it's
process
going.
of elimination, we know where it would be going, and like it's insane to claim that you're coming out this year and then only show this. This is like what you
Yeah.
would
You'd show
the
this
cutscene
last year.
that showed us Tears of the
This
Kingdom.
is like a
was
Game Awards
longer.
trailer.
You'd show this last year. This is a thing you
Yeah.
show last year, not 3 months before its proper big reveal. I assume, my assumption is there's a September Direct, and that's where they'll go heavy on it, is my assumption.
Like,
but
truthfully speaking, if this was all they were going to show at the end of this, like, I know why they had to do it for the integrity of this Direct, but if that's all that they were gonna, throw up for this one, I would have preferred them to do the Star Fox thing, where it's like, haha, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Here, have an Ocarina of Time.
God, could you imagine like waking up at 3 a.m. just for that? I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, genuinely.
What did I miss?
Nothing. What did you miss? A logo. Like, my God. Yeah, I assume that there'll either be a Zelda 40th Direct, or there'll be a
Yeah, probably with that and like
or a normal
movie.
Nintendo Direct in September with a Zelda bit. You know, like how Mario's last year was like we've got
not
like a
Mario
10-minute
had it,
block
yeah.
of Mario. I'm sure there'll be like here's
Yeah.
a 5-minute block of Zelda, because we don't do as much Zelda stuff for that anniversary. It'll literally just be Ocarina, and probably my guess would be Ocarina, a collector's edition for it, and then like an amiibo, a
Four
40th
Swords on
anniversary
Nintendo
amiibo.
Online.
Yeah,
Harass
that
you
that's
about
yeah,
the
4 Swords
movie.
online. Yeah, and a shitty trailer for the movie. That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be
Oh
it.
hell yeah!
Hell yeah! What a lineup! What a lineup for the 40th.
Still no hide nor hair.
wait, I'm
of,
excited about this.
Still no hide nor hair of the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker stuff, because they're
Yeah,
just
it feels
gonna
bad. Yeah, that's
save
never
that for a
happening.
rainy day.
Never gonna
Yeah,
happen.
those aren't real video games.
And you're not
I
Mario
know they're
fans.
there.
You're not gonna get the highs of Yoshi's big honking buck, are you? So you're gonna have to live with just an amiibo and a shitty trailer. But yeah, that's my assumption is we'll see it in September.
Yeah.
I think that's also where you'll get like. I think that's when all the people who are expecting more stuff that would to fill in the first half of next year. I think you're looking more at a September. They tend to do that more now. Was September was
Yeah.
where we started to get stuff for Tomodachi Life and Pokopia, etc. last year. So I think it makes more sense to
Yeah,
do
unless
that
it's something like
later
an
in the year.
old port, they're not really calling their shot 6 months to a year ahead of time, like with Donkey Kong.
There's no
one
need.
summer.
There's
Yeah.
no need. Like, yeah,
But
what?
February looking pretty good, right?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Sounds pretty good. But yeah, there you go. There's our rundown of the Nintendo Direct. A rundown that long that you could have watched the actual Direct like 2.5 times.
Twice.
I feel like we did a better job of being entertaining, to be fair.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's like I say. I think it was all right. I think the Direct was fine. I think people were overreacting a little bit, but hey ho. What you gonna
It's
do?
like I said, as an itemized list, it's pretty good. I think actually watching it in real time was kind of miserable.
I will
yeah,
say.
I think that the
yeah.
highs of the Direct were really good, but the lows were really low.
And I also think if you're not a JRPG fan, then yes, there's a bit of a lack of other variety here, because it's like, it's like there's a lot of stuff here, but it is like, you're talking about, he's like, hey, it's the Xenoblade games, hey, it's Fire Emblem, hey, it's even in third
Final
party, it's like,
Fantasy.
yeah, Final Fantasy and Metaphor. So it's like
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
you can't have it all, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I think we wrap it up here. I think we've gone on long enough.
You think so?
I think so. I do. I really do. Anyway, let me find the button. I'll put our links on screen right now if you want to go follow us on the socials to keep update what we do outside of the podcast. Been a pleasure to have you back, Cal.
Thank you. Pleasure to be back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks for keeping my spot warm. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
no
fine. It's all
problem.
good. It's all good. It's still on
I'm
OBS.
glad Jack didn't try to steal it.
It's still on OBS. It's still titled main screen. It is the two person hasn't been renamed to main screen just yet, so it's still good. We're still thriving. It's still there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
I think in the whole
Show up
last
every
time
6
since
months.
I think in the whole last time since you've been on, we've only had one guest.
yeah, true. That is true. But anyway, next week, God knows, we're back in the mines, ladies and gentlemen. Off we go. Dig
I
up some
believe it's
content.
the Switch 2 Year 1 review.
Oh God! Right, well that's gonna be fun. join us as we discuss the 5 games that have come out. No, to be fair, there's been
Hades 2.
There's been quite a
Yeah,
few
that's
games,
exactly
yeah.
what I was about to do, was point over my shoulder. Good job, Kyle.
Right.
It's
Anyway,
the only Switch 2 game I own.
is it?
It's the
That's
only
crazy.
one you need.
Fun fact, never played it.
That's crazy.
Still the only one you need.
To be fair, like half of my Switch 2 collection up there is like Switch 2 editions anyway, so it's just like, and Hades 2 is a Switch 2 edition as well, isn't it? So it's like,
Yeah, dude, with
Probably.
besides Hades right there, the only 2 I actually have a cartridge for Metroid
Donkey
and Donkey Kong.
damn, bro, I'm the biggest hoarder here, dude. I'm the biggest hoarder. No surprise there. But yeah, join us for then. That Switch 2 Year 1 review. It's only going to be a couple of weeks late, but you know what? We were giving them an extra 2 weeks to release something until we were being kind,
Yeah, yeah.
and they did. They gave us Xenoblade Switch 2 edition, so fair play. But yeah, we'll talk all about that next week, ladies and gentlemen. But until then, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back same time, same place next week for more. But until then, have an awesome week. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Toodaloo.